Hi, welcome to the Uncultured Opinions podcast. I'm one of your three co-hosts, Sprint, and to my left is Ethan, to my right is Sam, and in front of me is our first ever guest, Billy. Say hi, Billy. What's up?
My voice is kind of fucked today, so if you know me and don't recognize me, that is why.
None of us really like Billy, but he's our only guest.
It's kind of rude.
It's like you and you're a host. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
I figured at least Ethan thought I was kind of cool.
No,
I mean, I did, but Brent's kind of swaying my opinion at this point.
We're just gonna grab the 30 from you after podcast, like the entrance fee, and then we're just gonna go our way and never talk to you again.
All right, sweet. You work with Zell?
Yeah, that's fine. I got that.
Cool.
This podcast is just to make money.
We're sponsored by Zell.
Sponsored by Zell.
Just kidding. We're not sponsored.
Who are
by
today's
anybody.
sponsors, Brent?
Today we're sponsored by Audible and Mountain Dew Game Fuel.
Can you say that?
No,
Are we allowed to say that?
We're allowed
We
to say
can't
we're
say that.
sponsored by anybody.
I really doubt that Audible or Mountain Dew's lawyers are gonna really care.
It's true, they wouldn't, and it's
That's
also free
until we-
advertising.
That's
so
until we blow up and they come back and listen and they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
well, I think honestly though, it's free advertising. Would it be worth their money to come?
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate.
Yeah, are you not allowed
Would
to
it-
say you're advertised by somebody? Well, I guess they
I
could
mean,
sue
I
you
know
because
they
they
can-
don't want
we
to
can
be.
joke about it, but if we actually make people think that we're sponsored.
Well, there was a big string of people fake advertising, like on Instagram, like they make posts and say this is sponsored by like X company, and they do it to raise their brand name so that they could really get sponsors.
Gotcha.
And then they were having issues with the companies because they're like, do we say no, we didn't sponsor this person, because then they look shitty for saying, hey, we're pulling our sponsorship, or do we just let them say it because it's free advertising? So they would really only do it if, like, you know, someone's posting like really inappropriate stuff and
that's
then
what I
saying they're
figured.
sponsored.
That's what I
Then they'd either, most of the time they just say we're pulling our sponsorship because it creates less of a
Drama.
whole scene.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, there was actually a time, there's probably people still doing it, they would say they were sponsored by people that they aren't, so that people want to sponsor them because they think other people are paying them to sponsor them.
So Dr. Sleep was a good movie.
That's a segue.
We never get into
It's a good segue right
Billy,
there.
Bro,
Hold up. We don't jump right into it.
Yeah,
Dr. Sleep's the last. Have you
never-
even listened?
You've never been on the Uncultured
Yeah, Billy's
Opinions
trying to
episode
run.
4.
Billy's over here trying to run the podcast.
No,
He's just a guest.
usually when podcasts go on a tangent, they at least start with the idea of, hey, let's have our podcast, and then move on to a tangent.
I mean, this is true. We never said what we were doing this
But
week.
you've never been on the Uncultured Opinions episode 4. Like,
Well,
we're doing
no one's
things
ever
different.
been on the Uncultured Opinions episode 4 because it's only going to happen once.
I didn't think we were even talking about Dr. Sleep this week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
I-
we just saw the movie and then kind of just went our own way.
True.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've only listened to the first episode because I didn't want Joker spoilers, and I don't care about Terminator.
Why the hell do we have
What
a
a
guest on our
fake fan.
podcast? That's only listened to one episode.
Yeah.
Dude.
Audience, I told you this is the only guest we could get.
Okay, look, I'll listen to the Terminator one because like I don't care about spoilers for Terminator.
Are you-
And once I finally get around to watching Joker, I'll listen to the Joker one because
Okay, honestly,
I'm being dead
I
serious. We talk about the Joker for 10 minutes.
It's literally the
Yeah, the
last
Joker.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
and it's barely
that's
brought
actually
up.
super disappointing to me because I was like, that's the one we probably could have talked the most about.
Yeah.
But we talked about
I
it.
mean, do you
We talked
mention
about it
anything?
for
I don't
10
remember
minutes,
about
like
that.
3 weeks after we saw it.
Once
It was
you
just,
say-
it was a whole mess.
Once we say, hey, we're talking about the Joker, you can dip out, which is like an hour in.
Yeah, which is really an
Oh,
hour.
really?
Legit, it's
Yeah.
an hour and 10 minutes, and like, we
Yeah,
bring
it's
up the
pretty
Joker
bad.
like at
It's pretty
like
bad.
52 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like the podcast is about to end. We're about to have to go to
And we're
work
like, oh yeah, we were supposed
we
to talk
gotta
about the Joker.
Okay, then I'll give him a listen then because I really do like you guys, and the podcast is cool.
We like you too.
And half the Terminator one's discussing No Nut November. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
more
Speaking of-
specifically Brent's
speaking
nut.
of-
For no, that November.
everyone's still
I'm going.
no nut free.
I'm just saying,
I'm
if you
going-
Actually-
feel
I'm
pressured
going
into cucking
strong.
yourself,
I'm
then
going
you're a
strong.
loser.
Well, Ethan has a girlfriend. Doesn't even count. It's
No,
impossible to
here's what I'm
resist.
saying. My saying is, so no nut. It's supposed to be No Shave November, which is supposed to be, you know, raising awareness for prostate cancer, and it's actually really good for your prostate to release, quote unquote. So actually,
Give it a good old
No Nut
massage.
November is the exact opposite of what you should be doing, especially during
I'm just
November,
saying- I'm
because
just
of
saying,
it.
Like, give
I think
yourself
it's
a good
You're
definitely
working
just-
backwards.
It's
stick
definitely
a
a
finger or
meme.
two up in there.
No,
and
it's
give that-
definitely a
give that
meme. I'm
little
just
button a
saying,
good massage.
technically, it's really bad for you.
No one's. I don't think anyone's made it like past a week.
No, I mean,
I'm going strong, dude.
Billy or Brent, you were out like an hour in.
No, I told you it doesn't count because it's
Doesn't
like,
matter. No, the
It
second.
was the 31st. You know, I hadn't
no,
gone
it
to
was
bed.
the first
It was
when you
1
go
a.m.
home.
on the first.
It was
Yeah, I
1
hadn't
a.m.
gone
on
to
the
bed yet.
first.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter if you go to bed. That's not how time works.
That's
It
how
doesn't
time
matter
is-
when you lay your hand on your dick. It matters when the nut comes out.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about
That's
No
true.
Nut November anymore. So getting housekeeping out of the way.
Housekeeping.
We
What? Hold up.
You've done a lot of good
Friends.
housekeeping in your room. I swear, this place looks
I
nice.
would say your room does look a lot better than it has.
We're
since
gonna
the
take a
last time
picture.
we've
We're gonna
been
take a picture each week. Give an update on
Yeah.
Brent's room.
Sam,
Yeah,
you're
that-
our social media guy. Every week you gotta upload a picture of
you didn't make
of
the
Brent's.
Insta or the Twitter, dude.
Bro, I'm busy.
I'm busy. What did you do this
For a
weekend?
second, when you said you didn't like the
Slept.
incense, I thought you said you didn't bring the incense, and I'm like, damn, this would be cool having some incense burning.
It would not be because those are disgusting.
Bro,
Can
I
we
say
pull
we
it-
just smoke
Can
some
we just pull
weed.
Joe Rogan? Yeah, Joe
let's
Rogan
just pull
Elon
some
Musk
weed out.
podcast where they just smoke weed on podcast.
No.
I
Do you remember when
don't
everyone
smoke
got?
weed,
Remember
they
when everyone
smoke,
got
like-
upset at Elon Musk for smoking
Yeah,
weed?
well, his stock dropped so
A
much
billionaire for smoking weed.
in California.
The world's smartest man
In
for
a legal
smoking weed
state.
legally
I feel like
on
that's
a
bit of a
podcast
stretch,
about
the
a dude
world's
who
smartest
loves
man.
weed.
He is one of the world's smartest men.
That
you
okay,
really
that's
don't.
closer.
Hold up.
I don't want to get into Billy's opinions about.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's a bad
Elon
person. I
Musk.
don't think he's the world's smartest man.
He's definitely top 3. Okay, I don't know. It's
He's a
hard to describe,
genius.
but like he
He's
is
an impressive person.
he is
who's
a
done a lot of
genius.
really good
He is a
things.
meme lord, and he is a really good guy. Speaking, did you see the Mr. Beast thing?
Yes, him just donating.
He
a million
donated
trees.
1,000,001 trees. That was him, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was him.
He
I
did
know
the million
Billy's
and one,
opinion
right?
on
He's like,
Elon
dude, I
Musk,
love
and
him
I
on
really
Twitter.
don't want to get into it right now.
Dude, honestly, I love Elon Musk, but he scares the living shit out of me. You know why? If anyone on this planet wanted to be a real life supervillain, it would be Elon Musk. He could pull it off.
Oh, he could.
If he wanted to take over the world, he absolutely could, and no one could stop him.
But he's not worried about that.
That's what I'm saying. He's not.
He's not worried about
Which
that. at
I
all.
think we're really lucky.
He's worried about like
he
saving
really
the
would.
earth. And not,
Exactly,
like,
but
which
I
is
think
awesome.
if he wanted to destroy it and make it all his own, I feel like he absolutely has the power to.
I don't know. I think he really likes being liked, and he really likes approval. So he'd be more likely to try to be a superhero than a supervillain.
If anyone is going to create a real life Iron Man costume, he's the closest we're ever going to get to Tony Stark.
We're gonna get downvoted so hard because Billy's
Why?
talking crap about Elon Musk.
I'm not talking shit about
He
Elon
hasn't said anything bad about Elon
yeah,
Musk.
but he really hates Elon
I do not
Musk, and I'm
hate Elon
trying-
Musk.
Wait,
I'm
you hate
trying
Elon
to
Musk?
Avoid Billy
I don't
talking
hate
about
Elon
it.
Musk. I don't like him as much as a lot of other people do.
So
but
you
I
think
don't
he's
hate him.
overrated?
I don't.
He doesn't think he's a hero to mankind.
What do you mean he's not a hero to mankind? He literally just donated 1,000,000
hey,
trees.
I think that the things that he does are fantastic. I think that he, as a person, probably isn't as great as a lot of people think he is. I really appreciate the things that he does for the world. I don't idolize him.
I idolize him. He is 100% my idol.
I wish I was like Elon Musk.
I wish I was like
I
Elon
like
Musk
the
too.
thing when he had Joe Rogan on. He said,
When he had Joe Rogan on?
"Yeah,
It's that big of a
that's
deal
how
that it
that's
was
how
his
big it is.
podcast.
That's
It
how big he
became
is.
Elon Musk's
He took over the
podcast.
podcast for a day.
Was Joe Rogan was just like, imagine the world if everyone was Elon Musk, and like how advanced it would be. Like,
I mean, yeah, that would be nuts. But, like, is everyone, like, mentality of Elon Musk? Or is everyone just as rich and smart as Elon Musk?
mainly just like intelligence-wise. If everyone's as smart as
I don't know. Because I feel like if everyone was as smart as Elon Musk, we would definitely have some really bad supervillains out here.
yeah,
know what
but
I'm
you
saying?
also have a lot of
'Cause-
really good smart people.
I don't know. I feel like that.
I think you have way
That's
more,
a movie plot right
You
there.
have way more good
Everyone's
people
just
in the
a
world than
fucking
you
genius.
do bad people.
Everyone on the planet's a genius.
Sam, I appreciate that you hold that opinion.
That opinion's
That's very
100% true.
I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just saying
I
it's
think the
very
world
wholesome, and I think
idolizes
more people
My
should
doesn't
strongest-
idolize
I will say
bad
my
people,
strongest
but
stance.
bad people are seen more common because it's all over the news whenever someone bad or something bad happens. But I don't think we see all the good in the world.
Yeah, here's the thing, though.
Like that's
I
definitely.
mean, I
like
get
a-
what you're saying, but, like, you should just be good, though. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
but I
Like,
think
we
there's
shouldn't have
more.
to be told.
Thank you, Ethan. I
You-
appreciate that very good piece
like,
of advice.
like, we shouldn't have to be told. Like, we shouldn't be like, oh, look, this guy did a good thing. Like, it should be expected. Because, like, a lot of the good things you see on the news, like, don't get me wrong, like, they're good things. But, like, some of them are, like, very minuscule. Just,
Yeah.
like, good Samaritan stuff. But, like, it's just a lot of it's just being, like, a good person in general.
No, I
You know what I
agree.
mean? But, like, there's also some, like, external, like, where people go above and beyond. I think that should be...
you adjusted Ethan's levels.
I think that like when people go above and beyond, we should be told that and we should see that, but like I don't think everything that we see needs to be shown because like I feel like we over accentuate being just a decent person. I feel like it's not expected to be being a decent person now is praised as being a good person in my opinion, because there aren't that many decent people.
Yeah, it's a good
I
conversation.
disagree. I think there's a lot of decent people.
I think there's a lot of decent people, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
You
understand
get where I'm
what you're
coming
saying.
from?
Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, definitely. Oh, I've been like told that I'm a much better person than I am just because people don't expect people to be good.
That's true.
Because I'm gonna be real with y'all, I'm a real shithead. But a lot of people
But everyone
think
else
I'm a
are just
cool dude.
well, see, just people around you are also worse shitheads. So, so in comparison, you're not that big of a shithead.
Oh, I get. Whatever. Anyways,
All right, so
We should
doing
probably
some-
talk about media now.
Yeah, doing some housekeeping real quick. We kind of touched on it, but we got not a new studio. It's the same one. But
I
we
feel
got
like it's a new studio.
Yeah, we
You've
got a new
doubled the
setup.
mics.
There's a lot of acoustic
We tripled
panels
the
and
mic.
bass
Quadrupled
tracks.
Quadrupled the mics. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought there were two before.
That
he
was
had two
one.
spots. We only had one mic.
Oh.
We had one mic. Now we have 4 mics.
This place is fully decked out with acoustic paneling.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
acoustic paneling. He brought his
The
whole
bass
pop collection in.
tracks.
Now you
It's-
can hear
it's
me, so I
looking-
can
I'm
take
just saying-
over the podcast.
Yeah, it's looking
Brent.
pretty sick in here,
Brent's
honestly.
got all this acoustic paneling. He's got his PewDiePie headphones. He's got his pops. He's ready to be a pro YouTuber.
He cleaned out his closet.
Yeah, I did.
He's
I
actually
noticed that.
a
I think we talked about that
professional
last
SoundCloud
podcast about how
rapper.
your closet was so cluttered.
Yeah, now it's clean.
I will say, usually when I come in your room, I roast it a little bit. But today, I had nothing but good things to say. I mean, it's still a little dirty, but I will say it looks a lot better.
I was up in the wee hours of the night doing
In the wee hours of the
Actually,
night.
I also
doing that
forgot to-
paneling and stuff
I
with
also
the
forgot to
top.
mention Brent's RGB strips. I'm just saying, this dude, 10 out of 10 pro gamer right here.
Dude, I do. Gamers
Dude, you're not a pro gamer if you don't have LEDs.
LEDs give me more FPS. What are you talking about?
Shut up. It's like me with the stickers on my car. Each sticker
More horsepower.
Yeah, each sticker
like
adds
5
5 horsepower.
No, honestly, considering the type of stickers you put on your car, the type of car you have, it doesn't improve your horsepower. It just improves how fucking dumb you look.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's thing is though, Ethan. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I love that though.
No, like, it fits my personality.
We don't pay
Especially
for
the I love
honesty.
my mom sticker.
Oh yeah,
It's my favorite one. My mom gave that to me.
You want to tell the story about that? About like why she gave you that?
Yeah, my mom gave me the car because it was her old car, and she got she got annoyed that I was putting all these stickers on it. So she bought me an I love my mom bumper sticker, and she was like, "Bet you won't put that in your car?" And I was like, "Absolutely, I will." So when I slapped that bitch on the ass of the car.
I'm gonna be real honest. When I first saw it, I'm just like, this is a man that loves his mother, and that's all I saw.
I do love my mother. Me and my mom are very close.
Same.
I'm not ashamed of that.
Yeah, Brent. So like, looking at the levels, am I too quiet? Cause like looking at my speaking versus Ethan's, this man has mountains. I have.
This man has mountains.
I have ripples.
You should see our levels beforehand.
That's
it's
why I've
usually
been-
it's just
That's why I've been trying to like.
you might have to
turn Ethan down a
audio
little
me
bit.
down.
Yeah, I'm just asking because like I know that I'm speaking a little quietly, even though my lips are touching the fucking pop filter.
Take off the pop filter and then touch your lips to it.
No,
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
No,
Please
don't.
do not.
Please don't. Please
do
don't.
not.
Do not do that.
Are we not doing an ASMR podcast?
We are not.
Welcome to Uncultured Opinions Podcast.
Stop. Okay,
Let me
sorry for
just-
like we'll be adjusting levels and stuff in this podcast, so the audio will be on and off. But
Yeah.
hopefully by next podcast, everything will be adjusted to our voices.
I rubbed my stubble against the pop
And-
filter.
There's a couple more things. We are making an Instagram and a Twitter, so when those
Sam
are,
is making an Instagram
Yeah.
record. We're gonna
When
hold
I will
him
get that done.
accountable.
While at work today.
when those
Okay, do it on the work computer.
when those go up, make sure you show those some love. Making a Patreon, show that some love.
I don't think anyone knows we exist at this point because
Yeah.
we've done very little advertising for this
I do it
podcast.
on-
which
You
we-
I
got
do it on
Brian to
my-
listen.
I do it on my Twitter a lot, and yeah, I advertise.
no,
it to,
I was like, we do it like word of mouth, but like we haven't put it
You
out
got
there.
the coolest supervisor in the company to listen. What do you mean?
Whoa.
Whoa, hold up. Well, the
Angela's
rest of
pretty
them
dope.
listen to it, so
yeah,
we
we're
gotta,
not talking about work on the podcast.
It's not work. I'm just saying.
Ah,
Okay,
shit, cut
here's
that
the
out.
thing. Mine and Sam's supervisor is the best one. No cap. 100%.
I don't know.
Would
who
you
we
agree,
are.
Sam?
Retweet.
Yes. Okay.
100%.
Mine's the best.
Okay, no, Brent, you don't have a say in this.
I love honestly every supervisor that I actually know. I think they're all great. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay, now we're
Look at
just
this,
kissing
dude.
ass
Now
at this
we're
point.
Village's brown nosing the fuck
Hey,
out of this shit.
Brent. I actually forgot what I was gonna fucking say.
Oh, good
Okay.
one, Bill.
I was
Okay.
I was gonna make a
Hey,
joke
Brent,
about like editing
Brent,
shit
get us
out.
back on script, please.
Yeah, so.
Oh yeah, he
uh,
pre-scripted all of this.
We're gonna. Yeah.
We've all been reading off
Yeah,
these
we're
papers.
reading
Yeah.
every word off of a script.
Yeah,
that
honestly, I don't
wrote.
know why Brent wrote me to sound like such a shithead.
Yeah, I wrote Ethan to be kind of like annoying and like loud spoken about things.
Which honestly
That's
fits his
kinda rude.
character in real life.
Jesus.
I wrote Sam to be a little cocky.
What? So Brent got a bunch of new podcast
Now we
equipment,
all
so
know-
now I'm the one that gets shit on.
No,
for
we
this?
all know how Brent feels about us.
Ethan, no, we love you for it though.
But no, we want to
That's
get
just who you
we
are.
want to get in some news real quick. Breaking news.
Beep, 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 beep.
It's not.
How did y'all
breaking,
both
it's
know to
not-
do that? We didn't talk about
It's in the
It's on
script.
the script.
Exactly, dude. It's scripted.
It's on the script.
Oh, I can't see the script because
It's not on the script.
I mean, I see.
I can't even read the screen. I
mean,
forgot
it's-
my glasses.
It's legitimately just bullet points, but like.
Yeah, I want people to know it's not an actual script. It's bullet points and facts.
One
so
of
we
the
don't
bullet
forget.
points, however, is news. Beep, 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 beep,
Beep,
Oh,
beep.
does it really say that?
No.
Oh. I can't see it, so I don't know.
I just listened to podcasts.
Breaking news. It's not breaking because I wrote the script like a week ago.
Wait,
But
what's I would have been. I'm just gonna say I would have liked to have been informed of the news, so I could have maybe given my take on it. But this is the first time hearing about it, so just
You know of the news.
just go ahead.
So the first news point is Spider-Verse 2 is confirmed for
I'm worried.
2020.
I'm worried. I'm very worried about it.
Was it 2020 or 2022?
2022. We've got a couple years.
I feel like it's
They have
either
a lot
gonna
to
be
compete
like
with.
Also, I'm looking at your poster on your wall, and I did not realize that Homecoming came out in 2017.
Yeah, it's wild.
Did you know
dude.
Frozen came out 6 years ago?
Yeah, that's nuts.
6
dude.
years ago. That's wild.
honestly, I
I mean,
feel
when
like
I think about it, I remember watching it junior year of high school, but I'm like,
Yeah, I told you
Yeah,
I was
I remember
like
working at a
13 when
movie
it came
theater.
out.
yeah. You're such a
Yeah, I
baby.
remember working at the movie theater when it came out, which would have been like
Yeah, I remember watching it in class,
the summer after my
and I
senior
was just
year.
like, but like
That means those
that
Frozen
doesn't
posters
feel
on
like
my
6
wall are,
years
like, 6
ago,
years
my
old.
junior year. Anyway, what else? So, are you gonna talk about all the news, or are you gonna do the one discussion?
Well, we only
Next.
have 2 bits of news.
honestly,
Okay, so you
honestly,
wanna
like I'm
discuss it?
kind of excited.
Discuss
yeah,
it?
yeah, let's discuss
Spider-Verse 2?
Spider-Verse.
I'm worried.
trying to.
I'm worried. I don't want a sequel. There's a lot of things I say now that I don't want a sequel to. Now that I've got more of a critical mindset
I mean,
for movies.
I agree with you, but like, I think it could be done in a sequel.
give me a
I
sec-
just
give
don't
me a sec
trust
to take my
Sony
gamer
with
mic out.
anything.
What?
I pulled the microphone out.
That's not connected though.
I know. It's
Okay.
a joke. Dumbass.
Why am I the dumbass? You're the one who
You're
pulled
so-
it.
you're so dumb.
You want to made a visual joke on an audio platform.
Yeah, that's a staple of audio podcasts. What you
No,
mean?
it's not.
It's not.
It's a staple of bad audio podcasts.
I know. Seriously though, like I don't know.
I don't trust Sony. I really don't. I think Spider-Verse turned out well because
No, I don't think Spider-Verse turned out fantastic.
Oh, it
I
did.
easily
It's one of my favorite
hand-
movies.
Hands
But
down.
There's
It's probably my favorite animated
They had-
movie, and it's
they
my
had,
favorite Spider-Man movie
they
for
had
sure.
Phil Lord and Christopher Miller on it, so I think if they get them back and they don't if they don't force something on them, I think it'll be well. But Spider-Man 3 happened because Sony wanted Sam Raimi to put in Venom.
don't talk shit about Spider-Man.
I
3.
love Spider-Man 3. I really do. But I
You
also,
love Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, I really do. But I also realized it was kind of like a
Reiterate
cluster of
that.
a movie.
You really like Spider-Man 3. Because that fact bothers me.
I just said I realized it's a cluster of a movie, but I really enjoyed it as a kid.
What's your favorite scene? Is your favorite scene the one where he's
Are you trying
emo?
to gatekeep Spider-Man 3 for Brent? Like,
Yeah.
let this man
Do you know-
like a movie.
Do you know
he's not-
Spider-Man was a
Okay, you're
Thanksgiving
not.
movie?
Here's the thing. I don't think you're allowed to like a movie if a movie has a scene in there. If a Spider-Man superhero movie has a scene where Peter Parker is goth and emo and he's dancing down the
Spider-Verse
street
has it.
singing
Checkmate.
"Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head." I don't think that
What are you talking about? That was the
Hey,
best part of
hey,
Spider-Man
that is-
2.
that scene makes me.
Are you kidding me?
So
The raindrops
uncomfortable.
keep falling
Hey.
on my head scene was amazing in
Hey.
Spider-Man 2.
At
No,
the very
I hated
least,
it.
think about this though, right? Spider-Man 1 is the best Thanksgiving movie.
Stop not having this discussion.
If you laugh, get away from the mic.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez, Billy doesn't even know how to podcast.
You're
Billy
right.
doesn't know how to podcast. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh shit! I can see my spikes on there.
This,
Your
we're
spike laughs?
growing, guys. I'm sorry.
Anyway, Brent is convinced that Spider-Man 1 is a Thanksgiving movie.
I just think it. I
He's
don't want to get
wrong.
into
Look,
the argument because we have a
If
lot
Frosty
to talk
the Snowman is a Christmas
No, I want to
movie-
get into the argument. We can't.
about. I think.
Let's get into the argument, but limit it to 5 minutes long. Okay, let's have a 5-minute long argument about this because I
I think
really
it's
want to talk about it.
subjective what you can. Because even Billy brought it up before.
I think it's also
Well, either
objective, but
Billy or
objectively
Chris.
you're wrong.
It
So
was like whatever you watch on Christmas or Thanksgiving can technically be a Christmas or Thanksgiving
Yeah.
movie.
I
Chris was the one
I
that brought it
disagree. I think it can be a Thanksgiving or Christmas tradition movie. That doesn't make the
Yes.
movie itself a Christmas movie. I get the point, but that doesn't make the movie itself a Christmas movie.
Yeah, but I feel like
It can be a Christmas
Spider-Man
tradition
kind
movie.
of like follows the themes of Thanksgiving. Like I feel like
I
it
think
really
arguably most
knows what
movies
they do.
follow the theme of Thanksgiving because as
What
in,
is the
Well,
theme?
there
Like
you go.
being
as in
Every
thankful?
movie's a
yeah,
Thanksgiving
yeah,
movie,
being
and you're gonna
thankful,
have
just
to deal
being
with
like
it.
that's what I'm you know
Yeah,
what I'm
but in
saying? Like I feel like that's a
Spider-Man 1
general theme
Yeah.
in life.
in Spider-Man 1, right?
We get a Thanksgiving scene for 10 minutes.
No, Thanksgiving is like a central part of the movie. It's the last time
It's a
that
central part of the
I
movie.
wouldn't
guys.
say
no,
central
it's the
part.
last time the Osborns and the Parkers are really like one together.
I
Like
want-
they're like in unison.
Guys, I want y'all to think about this though, or as to like why it's a good Thanksgiving movie, right? So, Thanksgiving is one of the biggest themes of Thanksgiving is like a big feast, and what's more of a staple food than rice? And what bigger company is there for rice other than Uncle Ben?
Oh, as soon as he said rice, I knew where he was going.
Yeah.
I mean,
Therefore, Spider-Man's a Thanksgiving movie.
I'm more okay with that statement than Brent calling it a Thanksgiving movie.
See, Brent, I laughed away from the mic. Are you proud of me?
No.
I don't think I'll ever fully be proud of you, but
Jesus.
No, it's
Okay.
all right. I don't blame you.
okay.
That was harsh. But anyway, no, I don't think Spider-Man 1 is a Thanksgiving movie. I agree with you, and it is fact. Thanksgiving was featured in the movie, but that does not make it a Thanksgiving movie. Here's what makes it Thanksgiving.
We'll get into this argument on
No.
Thanksgiving.
If the entirety of this is close enough to Thanksgiving, because we have next week and then we have a dead week.
I'm so
Right?
excited for next.
I don't
next
even know
week's
the schedule.
podcast, dude. I'm really excited.
y'all
for
doing
next
next
Bro,
week?
I'm trying to see
Why?
two movies
versus
next week.
Ferrari and Charlie's Angels, dude. I'm hyped.
Oh
for
yeah, we're
Charlie's
double
Angels.
moving next week.
I don't know if
The
I'll be able
weekend
to.
after
When are we
that-
gonna double movie?
Yeah, it was just gonna be me and Sam.
I mean, if
Just
y'all
gonna
do
do
it,
it
that's fine.
Sunday.
I mean, if yeah, I don't know when I could go because I work Saturday now.
You work both Saturday and Sunday.
I work Saturday, but I'm going to the Ariana Grande concert on Sunday.
Stop, dude.
So lame.
That's-
No, it's gonna be hype.
Who
I'm
else
excited.
is there? Just her.
I have no idea. I haven't looked into it. Just bought
Yeah, no,
tickets.
it's just her and Ethan in one room, and that's it.
Yeah, she's,
Okay, now that's a good concert right there.
she's just singing to me.
Yeah, she is.
And it's actually my friend's birthday, so me, my
Okay.
girlfriend, and my friend Jalen are going. So it'll be pretty lit. But
Dude, people have lives outside the podcast.
dude, yeah, I posted something the other day. I posted something yesterday with my friend Jalen, and Brent said you're not allowed to have friends outside of us.
I was like, how dare you have friends outside of us with the angry emoji.
But anyway, hold up. So, last hot take. So, Thanksgiving movie is not Spider-Man, but Die Hard is absolutely a Christmas movie.
I
Yes.
don't want to get into
He
it.
wears
right
a
now
Christmas
because
hat
you-
in the movie, and the entirety of the movie takes place in the month of December. That is 100% a Christmas
Dude,
movie.
Norman Osborn and Peter Parker wear each other's colors, and that's amazing.
I'm just saying.
What
I'm
is
not
that?
gonna
I
step
don't know
down
why I
from
like
if
it.
I'm not gonna step down from if you consider Frosty the Snowman to be a Christmas movie, you have to consider Die Hard to be a Christmas movie.
And then you have to consider Spider-Man being
No,
a Thanksgiving.
it's not.
Yes, yes, Brent, I agree with you on this.
I disagree with Brent on this 100%.
Okay, so Spider-Verse 2, I really don't trust
Oh yeah,
Sony.
we were talking about that.
I don't trust Sony to make a good sequel, but I think if it has the right talent behind it and they don't get involved, I think it could be good. I don't know where they would go from there. Like, and I love Spider-Verse. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, but one thing I think I hate that it did was introduce the main
Sam, quit texting.
it introduced like the main audience to the idea of a Spider-Verse. So now everyone wants that in the main live action movies, and I think that's really lame, and I hope it never happens.
Wait.
Because now that everyone's seen the Spider-Verse animated movie, they're like, oh, why don't they just tie Tom Holland into the Spider-Verse
No,
for the
it needs to
Sony
be
thing?
separate. It needs to be
Exactly,
separate.
I don't
No,
want
they're gonna
that
tie
at
it.
all.
Leave it apart. It was great apart. Just don't.
I think a Miles
Don't fuck
Morales
with it.
cameo in Marvel would be cool.
I think it'd be cool, but it's like, it's one of those things when an audience
it
gets
doesn't have to be a
introduced to
Spider-Verse,
something
Miles.
and then they want it in something else.
Not everything Marvel has to be connected, and I think
Yeah.
not everyone understands that.
Uh,
I get the want for it to be connected, but I think some things are better left undone. Like, A lot of people are calling for the Joker to be connected to the rest of DC.
I really
Leave
don't.
it alone.
And I'm really
Let it
happy
be
that
alone.
Joaquin Phoenix is reportedly putting
I
his
am
foot
too.
down on it.
As much
I
as
don't want a sequel. It's Joker's one of my favorite movies, but it's just
The Jequel.
they're gonna mess it up so much. They're gonna tie Batman into it. They're gonna tie another villain. They're gonna do something that I don't want them to do. I don't even want them to tie it into Matt Reeves' Batman. I hope if they do anything, I hope they're just like, oh, there was like a riot in the 80s or something. That's as much as I want them to touch on the Joker and Matt Reeves' Batman.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, as much as I loved the Joker movie, and I would love to see Joaquin Phoenix play the Joker again, I don't want to see it because it.
Like I most
They
definitely
opened-
want to see
they
him
opened
again,
it up.
but I don't
They-
want a sequel.
They did the movie. They closed the movie. It makes sense. Leave it.
That's
leave
why
it
I feel about
my biggest.
Spider-Verse.
You'll say my
Yeah,
biggest.
like,
open.
I think
feel that-
Spider-Verse
I feel
has
that way
more.
End it well. I mean, they could
I
open
agree.
it.
I still think Spider-Verse has way more of a potential to have a sequel
I
than the
agree.
Joker
I agree.
does. It can be done in a good way. I just don't see. Here's the thing: if they go into it with the idea and the heart of making a good sequel, I think it'll be fine. If
Yeah.
they go into it with the thought process of we're doing this because we know it's gonna sell tickets and we're gonna make a shit ton of money because they are, then I think it's gonna be trash.
The thing with it though is I hope that it's good because Spider-Verse 1 didn't make a lot of money. Like
No,
Aquaman beat that at the office by like a lot. Like Aquaman got $1 billion, I think, and Spider-Verse got like 300 million.
Honestly, in my opinion,
So
on
it's not even like a cash grab. So I really hope that.
Well, I think it could be.
It will be a cash
It will be a
grab.
cash grab because it did way better than anyone expected it to do.
Yeah.
It was not supposed to be that big.
But it also did bomb a little bit, which is a little frustrating because it was animated. But
Honestly, what I think about Spider-Verse 2 is Spider-Verse 1 is really good, and a sequel isn't going to ruin it, so let's see how it goes out. And even
I
if it,
disagree.
And even if it's not
Sequels-
good,
yeah, I disagree.
Unnecessary
I feel-
sequels can ruin the originals.
I feel like if they make a Joker sequel and it's bad, it'll ruin Joker as a whole. Because
okay.
you're not gonna look at Joker anymore as this like
As a
art,
Joker movie,
You're not gonna
it's-
look at it
it's-
as this art
It's
piece.
going to be a
about it.
two-peat, and then it's
Yeah,
going to
it's
be.
not gonna be an art piece anymore about this like criminally insane guy. It's gonna be that franchise you look at.
but
and
Joker
you're
and
like, oh, they
Spider-Verse are
tried to
two
franchise
entirely
this and it
different
was bad.
movies.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
but
saying. I
sequels
think
can still ruin.
Yes.
I'm not,
Any
saying,
movie.
I'm
My-
not saying sequels can't. I'm saying Spider-Verse, in my opinion, is such a good movie that if they have a bad and unnecessary sequel, I feel like it'd just be really easy
Yeah,
to
but
ignore it
look
to
at the
appreciate
ama-
the original.
look at the
I don't
Yeah, but I
think
hate
so.
when they
Spider-Mans.
ignore sequels,
Look
like
at
what
the
they did with
Amazing
Terminator.
Spider-Man series.
I have no interest
I don't
in
know
them.
if I.
I never
I
seen
want to
any
get
of
back
them.
to what Sam said.
Okay, but like look at the Amazing Spider-Man series. I enjoyed both of them, but the first one wasn't like critically raved, but it wasn't panned either. But,
I
but when
absolutely hated the Amazing Spider-Man films.
I
thought they
like
were
them, but
horrendous.
that's our opinions isn't even like the point of me stating them. Like the first one was decently reviewed, and then the second one came out. Now everyone looks at both of them as like they're the worst things ever.
That's true. The second one was mountains worse than the first, and
Yeah, so the first one was like rated decently well, but now everyone says both of them suck because the second one came out.
But here's
and
the problem,
was
though.
quote unquote bad. I liked it.
Here's the
but-
problem, though. The first one doesn't stand up on its own nearly as well as Spider-Verse does.
That's true.
Spider-Verse is critically acclaimed as being one of the best animated movies in a long time.
I'm not
And-
saying it's suddenly gonna be terrible just because they make a sequel, but
it
I
will
think
put a damper on it.
Yeah, I think it really can tarnish like the brand
I
that
don't
it
know.
has.
I don't think it could for me.
My biggest pet peeve.
I understand what you're saying, though, because, like, I know this is kind of a weird tangent to make, too, but I think it's kind of comparable, of, like, the fact that Shrek 3 was so bad that people think that Shrek 4 is bad as well.
I really like Shrek 3.
Shrek 3 was good. What are you talking
No!
Shrek the Third is the
Yeah,
best
Shrek the
I
Third
don't
is
know what
dope.
you're talking about.
No.
For sure.
And you're talking to the biggest Shrek fan of
Yeah, I
Dude,
noticed that.
No, I'm just saying.
That's
I'm
pretty
just
sick.
saying. Shrek is a fantastic trilogy if you don't count the third one.
Trilogy. It's weird to view Shrek as a trilogy.
Shrek the Third is really good. It's my
Shrek the
favorite. I
Third.
really enjoy
Did you see
it.
Shrek 5 was announced?
I'm so happy, but I'm also
It's
not.
a
'cause
reboot by
apparently-
Illumination, and I don't trust it.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
that's
by
exactly-
Illumination?
That's exactly what
Yeah,
I
because
was
my-
DreamWorks
excited
went
about.
bankrupt and they sold the rights to Shrek to Illumination.
Dude, honestly, I don't like any of Illumination stuff.
Yeah.
Despicable Me was good until they realized they could capitalize off the minions.
See, that's what I'm saying. Here's the thing.
Like Despicable Me 1 was really good.
That's
2
my-
was even good.
That's my point.
And then I
Sequels
haven't seen
ruin
3.
originals.
The thing is, though, is like
Sequels.
Exactly.
Ruined
Everyone
originals.
looks at
Bad ones.
Despicable Me bad now because of the Minions became a thing, but the first one was really enjoyable. The first
Yes.
one was really
it was
good.
okay. Thing is, though, is like there's
Steve
a different,
Carell's Groove is phenomenal.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is like I think that's different because one instant with Spider-Verse, it would be like, hey, here's a fantastic movie, and we're gonna try making another one. Whereas with Despicable Me, it's like, hey, here's a pretty good family movie that has a portion of it that's very obviously pandering to children, and then they're like, holy shit, that worked, and then they just exploited the fuck out of that. That's
That's what I'm
different.
saying,
And that's
Billy.
that's what
That's
Sony
our
can do.
point.
That's what I told you.
Sony
happened with-
capitalizes.
That's what happened with Spider-Man 3. Love it or hate it, Sam Raimi had a vision, and Sony wouldn't let him do it because stupid old Avi Arad, who's still in office, so I know he can mess up. He's still the head of like Toy Biz or whatever, so I know him and Amy Pascal
Brent, calm down.
can literally like.
Brent, calm down. You're starting to turn green.
Spider-Man is my favorite
Chill.
thing ever. It's my Spider-Man is my favorite like creation in this world.
I still don't understand how you guys think Shrek 3 is a good movie.
But
That's not the point. My point is sequels were okay. Here's the thing. My biggest pet peeve is bad sequels to good movies.
Can y'all at
There are
least agree
so
that
many
Shrek 4 is
movies
better
that
than Shrek
don't
3?
need
Shrek 4 is good.
that don't
I'll
need
agree
sequels
Shrek 4 is
that get
good.
sequels.
But
And
can
it's
you at least
very
agree that it's
frustrating.
better than 3?
I don't think so.
Shut
because
up about Shrek.
I
The
like
topic is dead.
I like
Stop
Shrek
it.
3 because it's
Shut
in
up.
main continuity. Shrek 4 was like it's in continuity, but it was like most of the movie was like an alternate thing by Rumpelstiltskin, and it was kind of like
Yeah, but it like it's a really satisfying like progression of his character though. Whereas 3 is like, oh no, I'm going to have baby. I am scared, and I learn nothing from this entire movie. And
But I
and
like
also
that.
all of the characters are really
You don't like
obnoxious.
the Shrek babies?
No, I don't mind them in the 4th movie because they actually have characters. In this fucking 3rd
Well,
movie,
they're
it's
babies.
like
How much character do you expect them to have?
more than
They
oh
were
no,
in-
I show up in nightmare and poo poo everywhere. Ha ha, funny.
they were in
oh
5 minutes of
stinky.
Shrek 3. How
I
are
love
they
poop
gonna
jokes.
have character? They were in. 5
I'm not saying
minutes
that
of
they
the movie.
need to. I'm saying that
That's right. They were just at the end.
Yeah, they were in 5 minutes of the movie. Yeah, I'm sorry that a movie that they're in there most of the movie has more character.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they had to. I'm saying that the movie felt really unnecessary because like nothing important happened in it that progressed the overall
No,
story of the
I
franchise.
I think you're breaking down the plot point of Shrek 3 way, too much.
I
for sure.
seriously
The thing is,
love,
though, is, like,
that part in
it's-
Shrek
okay,
3
here's
where they're
Shrek 3.
on the boat and like Fiona's like yelling that she's pregnant. I really like that moment. I really enjoy that.
That's okay. What I'm saying. Okay, but
I
like,
don't remember this movie this much because I don't have this.
know how you guys
It's
know
my
this
favorite
movie that
Shrek.
much.
All-
It's really good.
See, all I remember is that I liked Shrek 3. That's
Shrek
about
3
it.
Uncultured
I agree.
opinion.
is one
That's
of my
about as
favorite
deep
All
as
the
it
Shrek
goes.
movies were good.
I mean,
like,
Shrek
that's
is
about
one
it.
of my favorite franchises.
I disagree. Not all the Shrek movies are
good.
good. Did you watch Shrek the Musical on Netflix?
Okay.
Shrek the Musical is so good.
Okay, it's
No.
fantastic,
Shrek
but
the
it's
Musical is good. I enjoy it.
it's nightmarish, but it's also
fucking
hysterical.
yeah, let's rhyme bipolar with a good bowler. What the fuck are you talking about?
Why do you know the words to any of the songs from
Yeah,
Shrek the Musical?
Billy's got it like on a Spotify playlist. Shrek the musical.
It's just something that I've had pointed out to me that it exists in there, and I'm like, wow, that's haha funny. No,
Okay, so we're still on news, so we need to get to the second thing.
Oh, there's a second thing.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about this real quick
Wait,
because
how far are we in? What time is
30
it?
minutes in.
30 minutes? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were way farther than that.
Yeah,
Continue.
we still got 2 hours if we're gonna do it.
2 hours?
If
Okay.
we're- if
Remember,
we're-
Fuck.
it's a 2-hour podcast.
If we're gonna do it the whole time, we have.
I mean,
2 more
honestly,
hours.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't have anything else to do. It's fine.
It's a follow up to a movie we reviewed already, so we figured we should tell you what's going on with it. Terminator: Dark Fate. It bombed
Oh,
hard.
are you shocked?
Yeah, I'm not.
You
thought
mean
it
the
was
movie
okay.
that absolutely no one asked for, and then no one got excited when they
That is
announced
true.
it, and everyone forgot about it, and then
Yeah, it bombed hard. It did really bad, and so the
it was
franchise
actually
is
pretty
on
crowded
ice
when
now.
we went.
it was
Wait, what?
it was kind of
The
credible.
fran-
So
they put the franchise on ice. Like they had a plan for a trilogy, and now they're like not sure if they
Oh,
want to
for,
go.
Well, see, the
for a
plan
second
was-
by on ice, I thought you meant that they were going to do like a fucking ice skating musical version of it.
Terminator on Ice.
Yeah. I'm like, wow,
For-
they're
for
really that
John.
desperate, huh?
For John on ice.
I was really excited for 2 more Terminator movies.
I can
It
hear
was
the
actually
sarcasm.
okay. The theater was crowded, but it was also like a bunch of 40-year-old people who
Yeah.
are nostalgic about Terminator 1 and 2.
It wasn't
When they were
terrible.
in their teens.
It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. but it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But I don't know. It could have been better, but also it really was unnecessary.
I agree.
It was absolutely it was not a film we needed. It may have been a film that we needed
It didn't really like.
maybe 20 years ago.
I hate how they called it a sequel to the second one.
Yeah, we were
Because
talking,
like they just like
we were talking about that
randomly-
earlier when it's become a common thing to make sequels to movies that already have sequels and disregard.
Yeah, even that,
older
and like it's not
ones.
even a good sequel to this movie.
That's the thing. Yeah, it didn't make
like
sense.
they take this sequel and they kill off half the like they kill off and change half the characters from 1 and 2. So like,
Yeah.
what's really the point? Like you're gonna completely change Arnold Schwarzenegger's character to being good, and then you're gonna kill off.
I haven't seen a single Terminator movie.
You're gonna kill off like the main character essentially. Like Sarah Connor's probably the main character, but you're gonna kill off John Connor at the beginning.
Yeah.
You keep like hitting
So it's
the
like-
chord and it keeps like
Popping?
no, it keeps making this really annoying sound.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know. Should have just said it. Say, Ethan, stop fucking moving.
Yeah,
But
dude,
anyway.
he's gotta interrupt if we're doing bad.
Anyway, so like, I don't know.
I don't know.
See-
I like these dance moves Ethan's busting out though.
But,
Keep on moving, funky dude.
Hit the whoa.
here you go, Sam, catch it.
He hit the wall for audio listeners.
Fuck, what was I
Audio
saying?
transcription. The
Well,
woe
see,
was
Halloween
hit.
did it. Halloween did it. And Halloween did it. I think they did it really well.
Yeah, I heard Halloween was good.
Halloween was really good. And there's like,
Yeah,
what?
guys, I loved the Disney original movie Halloween Town.
No, not Halloween Town. There was like 6 Halloween movies.
There's a lot. Yes.
And then they made a new Halloween. And they're like, look, nothing is relevant other than the original one. Everything else disregard.
I don't know. I like.
And then it
Salazar's
was
Revenge.
really, really good. So like, I get what they're doing, but also I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired of remakes.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I think some remakes are necessary. I don't think all of them are.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Friday the 13th one, but
Well, I mean, yeah. I think the Stephen King remakes that they're doing, I think it's necessary because of how creative Stephen King is
yeah.
and how limited they were on like production and special effects back when they were originally made. So I think it is more than okay for them to go back and remake like It.
The
Yeah.
2017 It is beautiful. In
Yeah,
my opinion.
I think
really
it
enjoy
adds. The
haven't
special
seen it.
effects add so much to the movie.
It's my
good.
favorite
And
horror.
it's necessary.
Okay,
So those
now,
I don't really
now
have
it's
a
my
problem
second
with.
favorite horror movie because I don't really watch horror.
What's your favorite horror movie?
The one
I
we
will-
just saw.
I will talk about it once we get to what we've been
Okay, so it
watching.
was Doctor Sleep. No, or was it Doctor Sleep or was it The Shining?
No, we'll talk about it.
What'd you watch? Because I know you get scared a little easy.
Okay, well, I guess we're
Boom.
off the Terminator.
Yeah, we're
now.
definitely done with Terminator.
Okay, so
We already talked about Terminator.
yeah, so let's get
That was last
into
podcast.
what we've been
Sweet, we're doing
watching
Terminator.
recently.
I can talk about stuff now.
Let's get into what we've been talking about recently. Now, my
What
favorite.
we've been watching recently.
Okay, yeah,
You
my,
said what we've been talking about recently.
Sorry.
What we were talking about recently is the Terminator, and we're not going back to that.
my favorite horror movie that I just now watched, Brightburn.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I
Dude,
watched
is
it.
not Brightburn's nuts.
Y'all are hyping
Brightburn's
this up.
insane.
Dude, Brightburn
dude.
is
I have
so
no clue what
good.
Brightburn
It's
is.
wild, dude.
Okay,
It's
so
so
Brightburn's
It's like
crazy.
Dark Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brightburn's essentially Dark Superman, but it's not affiliated
Yeah,
with
it's not
DC.
DC, so
It's
like,
essentially okay. So view it this way: it's like it has the exact same premise as Superman, where he crashes down in a
exact
he
same.
Wait,
crashes down in
Superman, but he's a villain, so Megamind.
God damn it!
the place literally takes place in Brightburn, Kansas, with a guy named Brandon
Bobby Bright.
Byers. Brandon Byers.
It's not Bobby Bright, but
Bobby.
no, it's really good. It's really good. So essentially, he this family, which the dad's Roy. I can't think of who the mom is, but that's Roy from The
Yeah.
Office.
Yep.
But so he crashes down. This family, they've been trying to have kids. They've trying to have a baby forever. They can't have one. Crashes down, and
Stop hitting the mic. It's making awful sounds. Quit touching the mic arm.
I'm moving it closer to him because he keeps getting really far from the mic.
but anyway, so he crashes down, and they're like, oh, well, what the fuck crashed in our field? And they go out, and it's a baby. And like, oh, well, let's just not tell anybody and pretend we had a baby. Which that's kind of weird, though. Honestly, that was really weird. They didn't really
Yeah.
explain.
No, they said that they adopted him.
They said they adopted him, but like, what about their family that lives like just down the street and they don't know about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she was never pregnant, but all of a sudden they have like a 6-month-old. So like that was kind of weird.
She just didn't show it very much.
But anyway, it's the same premise as Superman, but then essentially, Superman starts to realize he's different. He's got powers. He doesn't bleed. He's super strong.
Well, the part with I don't want to spoil.
13.
I don't want to spoil it too much, but it doesn't seem like it was a natural progression. Something in his alien ship was like calling to him.
Yeah. It was kind of different, but like it was like the same age when like young Clark Kent realized he was different. Around like like 10 to 13 age. Something.
Yeah, he starts.
Everyone realizes that they're different.
And then he's like,
he starts mowing the lawn, and he tries to rev it, and it ends up just like throwing the.
Well, I thought he got frustrated because it wouldn't catch.
Yeah, and no.
Yeah, he was trying to rev, or
he accidentally throws it across the field. So he goes over to it, and he sees it like the blade's up, spinning, and he looks at his hand.
And he shoves his hand.
Yeah,
and
he starts like slowly putting his hand in there, and
shoves
then
his
like
hand in there, and then just breaks the
blade
blades.
breaks.
Doesn't hurt him.
Why?
But like it's essentially. So look at it.
If you just threw like a lawnmower all the way across the field, like I would start to think maybe
I can handle shoving my hand in the
I
lawnmower
don't,
blade.
just because you're strong doesn't mean also just because you have big muscle boy doesn't mean that you also have big not cut boy.
They mentioned before though that he's never bled. The only thing that makes him bleed is the ship.
Yeah, it has to be.
It's his
planet.
Kryptonite.
Yeah, but anyway, so like it's essentially what if Superman came down and realized he had powers and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a cock today, and then he does it.
The thing I like about this movie,
but it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite movies.
The premise sounds edgy, right? Like it's like, what if he was evil? This is like Superman for like emo goth nerds.
No,
but
it's done really well.
It's really
Superman for the real gamer girls,
and it didn't blow up either.
Yeah.
No, it didn't. I saw it got good reviews, like when it first came out.
It's certified
fantastic.
rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it really?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Why is it certified rotten?
I thought it had good reviews.
I absolutely love that film. It's one of my favorites.
It's one of my favorites. It's definitely my favorite horror movie, but to be clear, I don't watch horror. But
boo. There you go.
But one thing that it does that I love when movies do is when they don't put the focal point center in shot. If that makes sense. It's like, because there's a lot of times where like
it's like an ominous background thing.
Yeah,
where like you get in your own head.
Yeah, you'll see Brandon just like in the very corner of the frame.
I love that.
And I love that so much. Like most movies would put him like in center frame watching.
Yeah, because not everyone sees it.
Yeah, or they'll have the person in center frame, but you'll never see Brandon behind him.
But you know he's there.
Yeah, but
so
in
like
this
you get in your own
movie,
head.
They make
it's
shots.
really dope.
They make shots where like it's a wide shot, and both characters could be either way. Like one character can be over in the right or something, and Brandon will be just appearing ominously in like the hallway, and then he'll just disappear. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really well done.
Amazing movie. The one thing I hate, and I hate that I complain about it because I know it's a common complaint. So I hate complaining about things that are common complaints. I just hate it.
So you hate agreeing with people?
Yeah, I really do. But one thing that I didn't like was the ending with Billie Eilish's bad guy. And to be,
are you serious?
And to be transparent, I love Billie Eilish. I have both of her vinyls on my wall. I love her, but I don't feel like that song should have undercut the ending that they had.
I don't know. I disagree.
I feel like I'm a bad guy was kind of too on the nose.
No, that's what I'm. No, I think that ending cuts off the movie perfectly.
It's really good for that montage they're doing, but I feel like they should have waited a few more seconds because I feel like that ending was like really ominous.
What did he? How did it end?
Basically,
you can go ahead and spoil it. The movie's been out forever.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, I agree with Ethan. I think that them putting Michael
Brightburn.
Jackson's "Bad" in Megamind was a really good decision.
That was really good. That was really good.
No, one thing I pay attention to most in movies is the score, because the score can make or break a movie.
The score is really good.
And I really loved that ending. How did it end? What did he do?
Okay, spoilers for Brightburn. Basically,
was it right after he dropped his mom?
I'm sure I gotta turn my mic.
Kinda. He kills his parents. Well, he kills his dad in the woods, and then
that movie was just so savage. Like they did not hold back at all.
He goes to kill his mom. And like he has that whole chase sequence throughout the
that was sick.
house
I love
where
that
he's like
scene.
murdering the police officers.
Yeah, he's
and everything.
just killing this 13-year-old.
Dude, it's wild when she's hiding under the bed and he's floating like around the bed.
Yeah, because he's like floating, so you can see his shadow, and she's under the bed.
You see his boots too. Like you see his boots like him floating around.
It really.
It's
you haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't. I need to watch it.
It's on my video.
I know it is.
Watch it tonight.
It's so good.
Dude, I might watch it. I might rewatch it tonight. It's so fantastic.
He takes his mother up into the air and drops her. And he sits there and he sees a plane coming towards him. and then it kind of cuts,
Oh yeah.
and then it cuts to like the farm in the middle of the day. There's news reporters talking about
And
it.
the plane's
yeah, the plane.
crashed.
The plane is all over
And
the
it's
yard.
and like the news reporters there, and she goes, "There were no survivors."
And you see Brandon on the back of like a hospital, like an ambulance,
Yeah.
eating a cookie, and the news reporter was
It's like
like,
there was one survivor, wasn't it?
yeah, they were like, yeah, the Breyer residence has been like, the Bryers have been killed, survived only by their son Brandon. You see him eating a cookie, and then it cuts.
And of course, everyone knows that he was killed because it was all police officers. So no one knows what happened. No one's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, this 13-year-old brutally murdered everyone." But like, so the way he kills his mom is sick. Like, I love that movie. Like, do
Yeah,
you want me to spoil it? I'll tell you what happens.
No, I'll just watch it tonight.
Okay, because like that scene's sick. But like, it cuts to that, and like he's like eating a cookie. So, but everyone, obviously, the audience knows that he killed.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, he's
everyone.
got this smug look on his face a
Yeah.
little bit. It's not, he's not fully like smiling or anything, but it's kind of a little smug look.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's
And then
such a
it
good
cut,
movie.
and then it cuts to black, and then you hear and you just hear Billie Eilish's, is it Eilish?
Eilish.
Billie
Eyelash.
Eyelash. And you just hear, "I'm the bad guy."
I feel like
And then it cuts to the end
I
credits.
don't feel like
But
it,
then the whole end credits is also there's more scenes in the end
oh
credits.
yeah, it's like a J.
new-
Jonah Jameson type guy.
Yeah,
like,
it's news
Or Alex
reports
Jones
of
type
other
guy.
things that he's done. So it's
Okay.
just like, and then it's like he's just floating like above like
Dude, that part was
above the
sick.
city.
That was sick.
And like there's just like he's just destroyed everything.
That's crazy.
So like dude, it's fun.
I
Like,
was half
my favorite
expecting
part
him to,
about the
like-
movie is they don't hold back. It is
Yeah.
so graphic. And they're just like,
Exactly,
let's just
because
make this
I-
kid fuck everything. And like
really-
he had like they don't redeem him at all. He's like, maybe I'm gonna be like, no, he
I
just
really
fucking
thought he
kills
was
everyone.
gonna like spare his mom.
No, I did too. I thought he
When
was
they
gonna
were about
spare
to
his mom.
hug, because he looked like he was gonna until she tried
Yeah.
to kill him. So it looked like he never would have killed his parents. So I thought they were gonna go that route where they just forgive and he does whatever. But I always knew
No,
the perfect
he-
ending would be if he killed everybody.
That's
And
my
he
favorite thing.
killed
I
everybody.
love when the bad things happen. at the
Because
end
his
of it.
slogan that
Because
he
no one
said-
expects it.
yeah,
his
the
no one
dark
expects
movies
it.
are the best ones.
His
Yes.
thing that he said a lot was like he translated it from his alien language his ship was calling from him. He said a lot, take the world.
Take the world, yeah.
So I was like, is he gonna do it? And he
He
pretty
takes
much
the world.
does. He pretty
Takes
much
the
does.
world.
Eat the world.
It kind of opens up for the possibility for a second one. I don't know if they're going to or not.
Yeah, I looked it up. It didn't seem likely.
it didn't
There
seem
was-
likely.
there
I
was talk of it.
I
but
hope they don't, because it ends really well. But I
Yeah,
think they
I
could
wouldn't-
also do a second one.
I wouldn't be
justice
upset
if
if
they
they.
wanted to.
I wouldn't be upset if they made a sequel, but I feel like there's material there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset if they never made a sequel, but I feel like there's material there where they could make a sequel.
All right, but yeah, it was fantastic. All right, Sam, what did you watch this weekend? Did you watch anything?
Bro, I told you I don't watch a lot of TV on the weekends.
You didn't watch anything, like nothing on Netflix, like at all.
Absolutely nothing.
All right then, Billy, what'd you watch?
I haven't watched anything, but I have realized that I really fucking need to watch Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated.
I don't know what made you realize that. But
Is
okay.
Is that that's not the newer one, not the new-ish, but
It,
not the new-ish, but like
it's the one that came out in like 2010, where it's like 2 seasons, and
Is that
they
the one
actually.
where Shaggy and Velma were making out? Because that one scared me.
Why did it scare you?
I'm a really big Scooby-Doo fan, so I turned into that premiere.
But you don't like horror.
But no, like the reason
I
is
turned
because
into
of the
that
fact that
premiere
it,
and I was
actually-
like a kid, and Shaggy and Velma started making out, and I was so confused. I had the same.
Wait, Shaggy
reaction.
and Velma?
Yeah, I had the same reaction Scooby had. I was like scared.
I'm just saying though, like it from what I've seen of it, it seems like a fantastic show because it actually has like good character development, like a good overarching plot that like actually ends satisfyingly.
I think you think
the characters are all
about children's TV shows too much.
you don't think about them enough.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, and like also like the characters are like really believable. Like they're teenagers, so they're really fucking horny. And that's just kind of how teenagers
I don't
are.
think that's the premise of the new Scooby-Doo. How horny they
I
are.
wish you guys could see the look on Ethan's face.
I was like, I really disagree with that, Billy. It's
No,
gonna
but
be a
I
hard
think
no
Billy's
for me.
just always horny.
No,
That's like
I'm
his
just-
only critique of shows is like,
No.
There's not enough
why is this
horniness in this.
person so
No.
horny?
So
No.
horny.
No, that was my problem with not Doctor fucking Doctor
Dr.
Sleep
Sleep.
is because the fucking bad guys are way too horny.
Was it that they were horny or you?
Or they're traveling fucking genies. Like, what the hell do you expect?
Yeah.
But no, seriously though, I don't know. The characters all just seem like really interesting, and I don't know. I kind of want to watch it, and it seems really cool.
It's a good show. It just kind of like if this is the same one I'm talking about, it just kind of. I'm okay with it, but as a kid, I was.
You're like, why are Shaggy and Velma? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was really confused, and I don't know. But also, like, I guess I was gonna touch on it next episode, but I'll briefly mention that I rewatched both of Charlie's Angels movies.
I know absolutely
And?
nothing
Yeah,
about
save that for
them.
next week.
You say.
They're
Well, I
really
didn't know if you're
good.
gonna say anything. You said I rewatched the movies,
We'll talk about.
and then
it
you
next-
paused. You didn't say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
Then why bring it up?
Well, I just want to mention
As
that's
a
what I've been
teaser.
watching. That's
Oh,
where,
okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's where some of my time's been going.
I don't know. I
Uh,
feel like I watched a lot of TV this weekend. I'm about halfway through the newest season, Atypical. Atypical's really good. It's not what I typically watch. It's like,
So it's
It's
atypical
really- it's
for
like-
your
it's really-
watching
it's
habits?
Pretty atypical
Oh
for
my
you.
God.
yeah, it's pretty atypical for me to watch this stuff. But like, it's really,
Haha, big funny.
it's sad, but like, it's got a lot of feel good moments. If you don't know what Atypical is, it's about an autistic boy who's going through high school. Well, the newest season, he's going through his first semester of college, but like, there's also a lot of shit going on at home. Like, it's really good though. It's fantastic. It's really well done.
That's what's up.
It's pretty good. Episodes are only like half an hour long, so like it's not too long to watch.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I watch? Oh, I watched that stupid because my friend came over last night. And he's like, "You gotta watch the show," and it's that new scare show on Netflix. What's it called? Prank Encounters
I haven't seen it.
with Gatton, the kid from Stranger Things.
No, I don't know what you're
Which
talking
one?
about.
Did you ever watch Scare Tactics?
Nope.
Nope.
The cast is almost entirely kids. Which kid from Stranger Things?
The one with the long hair missing the teeth.
Oh.
No, don't get me wrong. The kid's really funny. Did you ever watch Scare Tactics with Tracy Morgan on Sci-Fi?
Nope.
I think so.
Oh,
Didn't
well.
have
I
cable
remember
as a
seeing.
child.
I remember
They
seeing the
basically-
ad
they-
where
they-
someone had their head in a box of spiders.
Well, basically, okay, so Scare Tactics seems a bit more real than this one. So Scare Tactics, basically, everyone there's an actor except for one person, or at least they claim, and then they put him in these situations, and then it's like this wild shit that goes down, and it scares the shit out of them, and then they're like, "Are you scared?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm scared." And they're like, "Well, you shouldn't be, because you're on Scare Tactics." And then Tracy Morgan walks out. The funniest thing about that is a lot of people on there have no idea that Tracy Morgan's even famous, and they're just like, who are you? But like,
Shut up, Siri.
so prank encounters is just
I'm really scared because Siri picked up. Are you scared? It's like
That's
Siri's
funny.
asking me, "Are you scared?"
we can't talk about AI every week.
Siri's like, no, I'm not scared. So Brent's
We
like,
have
okay,
talked about
boomer.
AI a lot.
But so like prank encounters seems it's so rigged. Like it's got so like it's got a kid from Stranger Things, and like the cameras are just too good. They're too on point, like where they would be. I'm convinced. I don't think any of it's fake. I think all of it's. I mean, I think all of it's fake.
Yeah.
As in, I think they're all actors, and everyone knows what's going on because like the lady in the first episode we watched, she's like, the guy's like, "Do you ever think that anything's different or odd?" And she's like, "Yeah, especially after watching Stranger Things." And I'm like, "You're gonna say that where the guy from Stranger Things is the host? Like that's not a coincidence."
Yeah.
But then like he shows up in the
Wow.
room because like he like runs in there at the end, and like at no point does it register that this is a kid from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, it's really bad.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
hated it. What else? Billy on the Street. I watched some of that.
He's funny.
Billy, did you ever watch Billy on the Street though?
No.
The show?
No.
Billy on the Street's hysterical. Do you know what Billy on the Street is? It's not you, Billy. It's a different Billy.
Wow, thanks, Ethan.
I just wanted to clarify.
I
that
feel
you
like I
don't
would
also
have
have a
remembered
TV
being
show.
on a TV
Did you
show.
ever watch Parks and Rec?
No.
Did you ever watch Parks and Rec, Brent?
What am I, lame?
You're
What do
nowhere
you
near your mic.
mean?
There's no way
Brent,
that's gonna
no
pick
one
you
has
up.
any clue what you just said.
Parks and Rec is one of the best
Dude,
shows.
Parks and Rec is
No,
hysterical.
Parks and Rec's
So you know
good.
who you know
I
who
like Chris
Billy
Pratt,
is.
so I watched a
You know
little
who it
bit
is,
of it.
right?
Yeah.
The guy from Billy on the Street.
I know who Billy on the Street. I've seen like clips
from
of it. Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny because he's like in that energy 24/7.
Yeah.
At least on the show, and it's wild. It was pretty funny. My mom was like, "You gotta
You
watch."
gonna drink
this. And
that
of
all
course
in
my
one
mom
suck,
was
Brent?
like, you should watch this show. I'm like, it's probably gonna be fucking stupid.
Sorry,
I mean,
audio
her shows are-
transcription.
Her-
Tune
Brenton is
into our
opening a
Patreon exclusive video
Kool-Aid
podcast
juice pouch.
if you want to see me drink the Kool-Aid Jammers.
We have a.
We're not even recording
we're
a
not even
video.
recording video.
Y'all haven't found the
We're
cameras?
just kidding.
Wait, no, let me pull my phone out, record it for
We
you.
have Patreon, and there's just a video of Brit just sucking on Kool-Aid jamming by himself.
It's just Brent's
I think that's-
TikToks on
yeah.
Patreon.
Speaking of
TikToks. I think that's all I watched this weekend. Maybe watch something else. I don't remember.
Okay,
I think that
so
was it. So now we can get into our main topic.
yeah, before we
Oh,
get
it's
into
movie
that,
time?
let's semi-review The Shining. Because we never, obviously,
Okay,
we
well,
weren't born when The Shining came out, so let's give our thoughts on The Shining.
You weren't born when The Shining came out?
No.
Didn't it come out in like the 80s?
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Yeah.
Also, we're talking about Doctor Sleep this week, just for everyone.
I think they
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 couldn't
read the title.
Well, we
Maybe
haven't
they
read the
did.
title yet, have we?
It's
I will
on
say-
the name of the. It's on the podcast. You have to click on it.
I know. I'm just saying, Brant. I need you to keep up the amount of your quality of your descriptions. I know no one reads the descriptions. If you do it for anybody, do it for me, because I really love your descriptions.
Yeah,
that
but
you
it's
put
like-
under the Spotify.
Now I got the pressure to, like...
I know
come
you
up
do
with a
have the
good
pressure,
joke.
but honestly, your descriptions have been hysterical. I don't know if you've read them, Billy.
I don't know if I have
Just
either.
go back and read
I'm
them.
gonna be honest.
Read them right now.
Just actually, you mean
Yeah.
read them out loud?
Yeah, sure. Let me.
Actually, here, I want to read one out loud.
Yeah, this is a plug to read the descriptions, please.
Honestly,
I put a lot of time trying to be funny.
What it shows. I think I thought it was really good. If I can find our podcast on Spotify, hang on, let me pull it up.
You don't have that in the favorites? What the frick?
So what? Okay, it comes out on
Ethan,
Mondays.
how
So I'll
fucking
listen to
dare
it
you.
on Mondays, and I have all this other shit to listen to throughout the week.
Are you gonna post this today, Brent?
Yeah, it's coming out today.
I'm pulling a quickie editing sesh.
Oh, so are you really gonna get it up today?
Yeah,
So I
it's
can
going to
listen
be
it
out
at work?
today for work.
Hell yeah! I spelled opinions way wrong.
Plus, he doesn't really have a lot of editing to do. It's been pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Where's
so
the best one?
We can probably start recording on Mondays.
Okay, so the best one was for
I
the
agree.
Joker review. It was my personal favorite. The review says on today's late episode, because we put it out late.
Yeah.
On today's late episode, we finally review the Joker. Thoughts are given about Paul Rudd and living with yourself. Ethan takes 5 minutes to remember the word symbolism. Brent gets his vibe checked, and Sam won't shut up about Jesus is King. I thought that was really well done.
That was smooth.
It was short, shut. It was
Give me
short,
your
quick, and to the
vibe.
point. But you got a little
I
bit
will
of everything
check
in
it.
there, and it was really funny.
Did you
I
guys
quite
see
enjoyed
my
it.
Insta post?
I don't follow you on Instagram. I
Brent,
probably
you
should.
literally want. You got to
okay.
accept me.
Yeah, I was
my
gonna
follow
say-
request.
I
You,
accepted you.
you followed me, and then I followed you back, and you didn't accept
Are you
me.
also?
I
Are
did
you?
accept like that second.
Are you pork chop on Instagram as well?
No, he's
It's like Brent likes chimichangas.
yeah, Brent likes chimichangas, but his it's a very middle.
Shit! Now you're gonna have everyone trying to follow you on
Brent,
Wait,
Instagram.
is
is
It's
this,
gonna blow
Brent,
up.
is this from today or yesterday?
Is it Dick Grayson?
What?
Is this
that
from
your name on
today or
there?
yesterday,
Or is it
Brent?
something else?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a vibe check.
Just
I don't-
recognize that he's wearing the same clothes.
Did you vibe check yourself? Is that from yesterday?
Yep.
Hang on, let me find it. I don't think you just
Brent,
accepted.
do you sleep in those jeans?
No, gross. Who sleeps in jeans?
I do sometimes.
Get out.
All
I'll
right.
take your $30, and I do not want your
Vibe
presents.
check. That's pretty good. I like it. You got 30 likes. Wow.
Yeah, we vibing, boys.
Famous.
We need
All
some
right,
vibe
we're gonna
and
talk
music.
about The Shining now.
Yeah. So real quick, we're gonna give our thoughts on The Shining. I hated it. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I love The Shining.
That's a hot fucking take right there.
It's a top 3 horror movie of all
Okay,
time.
Stephen
I
King.
I agree. I really like The Shining a lot.
No, I
think,
thought The Shining was fantastic. I really did.
it was directed by Stanley Kubrick. Obviously, it was
It's
written.
like, obviously.
Yeah.
Most people don't know directors off the top of their heads.
Well, but
Yeah,
it's Kubrick.
I don't.
It's not like we're talking about.
Brent thinks
like,
he's cool because it's Kubrick. Everyone knows Kubrick.
No,
Everyone
I'm saying
knows
for real.
Kubrick.
Like most
Name
people that
another
know
Kubrick
movies
song.
know Kubrick.
Song.
Name another
Name
Kubrick
another-
movie.
Name
I
another
wish-
Kubrick movie.
I wish Kubrick made music.
Name another Kubrick movie.
The Shining.
Isn't Space Odyssey a Kubrick movie?
I think it is.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm
I
really,
can't
really
shake-
bad at
Honestly,
directing.
I'd say that
check
the
you on
only
that.
like one of Stanley Kubrick and Quentin Tarantino are like the two directors that like, oh yeah,
Are
you
we
know
talking
what
about
movies
directors?
they've made.
Can I bring him a hot
Stop,
take?
dude. You,
Can I bring him
you
a hot
hot
take
take
about
this last
directors?
week.
It's not a hot take. It's a really soft take. It's a really warm, cold take.
What's your take, Ethan?
That
Okay,
Jordan
as-
Peele is.
Jordan
next
Peele
Quentin
is going to be
Tarantino.
as big of a name as Quentin Tarantino.
It's a very cold take.
It's not a cool take.
honestly,
Because
like
Tarantino's last movie, like I haven't seen it, so I can't give an opinion. But it wasn't like reviewed as well as his others.
Okay.
The
well, Jordan
things
Peele's
with
put
the
out two
Hollywood
movies,
one.
and they were both
the things of the
phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know what the name of it
you
is.
have a
And I
very-
loved them.
You have a very cold take
I don't think it's.
Why is that a cold take?
because
Because that's like not that's not a surprising
yeah,
opinion.
it's not. an
Brent, can I have a
unpopular
Kool-Aid
opinion.
jammer?
Sure.
Bet.
You gonna slam a jammer,
Yeah, you're gonna drink all my jammers.
Okay, so we should get back to The Shining.
The Shining.
guys? I'm
Written-
so
The
sorry,
screenwriters are Stanley Kubrick and Diane Johnson.
guys.
I
I'm
feel
so
like-
sorry. I
feel
still
like
haven't
we
seen The
should-
Shining.
Brandon, you're being really scripted right now. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Why am I being scripted? I'm giving out facts.
Dude, people can look up The Shining on their own.
Yeah, but I want to be able to know these facts so that if I see these writers
So
write.
if someone like walks right up to you and says, "Hey, who wrote The Shining?" You could be like, "Stephen King. I'm sorry."
No, it's like, yeah, if they put a gun to your head and tell me who the second screenwriter was for The Shining,
What
I'd be like,
situation is
Diane
this?
Johnson.
I don't know.
What?
I said, what situation is someone gonna put a gun to your head and ask you? to
Ethan, be sure to slam that jammer right into the mic.
Please don't.
Just slurp it. Make
Give
big
me some
slurping
ASMR of
noises.
you
Please
drinking.
don't. I hate you. Stop. That's so disgusting.
Did you hear that?
No, we didn't hear the
Barely.
gulp.
That's sad.
We heard you rub against the mic, but we didn't hear the gulp.
in there. But
Yeah, Billy also has engineer headphones on right now.
engineer headphones.
But he's not audio engineer, but he's not giving me any
It's a
cues.
broken Razer headphone. What do you mean?
It's not broken. I don't know why.
What? Are you okay? Do you have a stroke?
Bro was like he's like mid swallow trying to argue.
Also, you say I'm
Gamer
not giving any input, but like I tried to move Ethan's mic because Ethan keeps talking next to the mic rather than into it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
he
it doesn't. So
he
it
really
keeps
does.
not. So you keep
you're
not.
like over here on the side of the mic. I told you there's a small range on these mics.
Well, it's because I'm trying to be in everyone's view.
No one wants to see you though.
Okay,
Yeah,
not
I
be in
I
everyone's
can't
view.
even see Sam.
I
Sam's
if you,
like,
like,
all the
look
way in
who
the
I'm
corner.
talking to. Okay, anyway, The Shining.
Yeah, it's really good. Top 3 horror movies all time.
It
What,
good.
what's your other two?
Movie good.
I'd probably have to throw the first
Brightburn,
It up
yeah.
there.
The first It?
Yeah, not the original, the first remake. So like
Did you like the original It?
I did.
Is it Tim
Don't think it's
Curry?
as good as
Yeah,
this
the
one.
Tim Curry one. I really like the original one. The
only
only
thing I've
reason I
seen
think
Tim
the
Curry
second,
in is,
the remake
Rocky
beats
Horror.
it for me is just visual effects alone.
Yes.
Not that anything was wrong with the first one. I just think we just more advanced. Like they were just
Yeah.
able to do way more. Especially
I thought
with
it
his.
2017 was beautiful
Oh, it really was.
compared to like
It was really scary. It scared the shit out of me.
the
It
old
wasn't-
miniseries
yeah.
was alright.
The Shining shit's, I don't know. I
know The Shining was
recently saw it.
Vastly different.
Recently watched
Me
it.
too.
I
recently
had
watched it.
lower expectations going into it just because,
It's an older movie.
yeah, old movies, especially horror movies, I'm
Yeah.
not really expecting a
typically lack-
lot out of them. Because, like, you watch Jaws right now, it's not very good.
Josh trash.
Jaws is hard to watch.
That's a hot take.
It's cringy.
Josh is trash.
But it's like
It
one
should
of
not
the
be
really
considered-
one
not
of
a hot
the
take, it's
critically acclaimed
pretty-
classic movies.
It's pretty well known that Jaws doesn't hold up special effects wise. That's not a hot take.
It's a hot take that it's not good at
No,
all.
but
Yeah,
you know
but
what
it's
does
not a
hold
good
up?
movie.
That Jaws ride at like whatever amusement park it is, because I've watched videos on it online, and that thing's scary.
Okay,
Jaws,
Boomer.
shark,
I don't know.
Yeah.
working in the dark in the
But,
depths of the sea one day.
I don't know,
Arnold
I watched The
decides to
Shining
get
and I'm
rowdy,
like,
gets
this is
real
pretty crazy.
violent, takes a vacation.
Billy
to
does this
Amity
thing
Island.
on the
I
podcast
know, yeah, I
this
like-
entire time. Billy just, we're all talking, and Billy's like,
Very
"Hey,
quiet
so
up
there's
close to
this
his
thing
mic,
that
just really
I'm
giving
telling
his
you guys about.
giving
I
his
think
opinion on
Shrek-
something.
I think Shrek 4 is way better than Shrek 3.
Not gonna lie, it's low key bugging the living hell out of me because like I don't hear him at first, and I see him out
He's
of the corner of
talking.
my eye, just right up on his mic, and I'm like having
Yeah.
a discussion with Sam, and then I faintly hear just little mumbling on the background, like right up on the mic.
You guys can't see it, but like the look on his face is like there's no emotion on there when he's doing this.
But anyway,
And only Brent's the only one that notices because he's the only one wearing the headphones besides me.
Or he's the only one that cares.
so I think
Yeah.
Sam, why are you mean? Why are you mean to me?
you
Sam?
can't
not
handle
mean.
it. Get out.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm taking your episode like, you know, like you have to pay me every episode to be a host. I'm taking that and asking you to leave.
Okay.
Sam, we're
I haven't
taking
paid
away
you
your
any money.
breathing
We
rights.
haven't paid you any
Yeah,
money.
I want to be
host
clear.
yet.
They're not paying me, unfortunately.
You should be paying us.
Unfortunately,
Okay, well,
not
they
employing us.
they chipped in on the audio equipment, so give a big shout out to Ethan and Sam.
Yay, we
Billy,
contributed
give
to
a
our
shout
own
out to Ethan and
podcast.
Sam.
Ethan, Sam,
Aggressive.
you're both some really cool dudes, and I appreciate you. I don't know why I'm saying this to the mic and not to you guys, because like you stated earlier that when I speak into the mic quietly, you don't hear me.
No, I hear you. It's just I don't hear you when you do it when I'm having. It scared the living out of me. It's okay. We'll get it. Why is it moving? Stop. Oh, that's fine.
needs to be tightened.
I hate this. This is so bad.
That's gonna
fine,
sound
it's fine.
absolutely terrible.
fine.
and I'm not
It's
gonna
fine.
edit it out
We-
because
we
it's an
fixed it.
hour in.
We fixed it. My mic just fucked up. But it's
Yeah, we're
Do
good.
a clap.
No. I Stop! You're gonna confuse me.
Don't edit that out.
We're not editing anything, Brian. It's unedited.
Don't worry. I clapped away from the hot side of the mic.
Okay, anyway, what was I saying? What were we talking about? The Shining.
The Shining.
Okay, here's the reason.
What a good movie.
Can I get my opinion now?
Yeah, go ahead. That's what I thought we were talking about.
Yes, thank you.
Let Ethan go.
The reason The Shining...
The Shining was a really good
The reason The Shining is... Wait, do you have your jackets hung up behind your pops on the wall? I just noticed that.
I did, but not anymore. Now they're in my
So
closet.
The Shining.
Well, I see a jacket behind there. Anyway,
Well,
So
it's
Ethan,
not
The
an important
Shining.
one. That's not
Okay.
important.
Okay.
That's why my jackets are in the closet now.
Okay, anyway, so The Shining, the reason it's so good is because it doesn't have those stereotypical jump scares that you put in there.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
it doesn't
that's
jump
why I
actually,
really
like, it
enjoy
gets
these
you,
horror
like
movies.
we were talking about earlier, like with Brightburn, it kind of gets you in your own head.
Mhm.
So, like, it has the suspenseful music and, like, the high-pitched and the fast-paced music, and you hear the heartbeats. I really like the heartbeat effect.
Yeah, The Shining
throw
is
in there a lot.
The Shining
The
is
Shining's
works
nuts.
really well.
The Shining is a awesome like thriller movie. Like I think
Yes,
it's a
it's a-
masterclass in thriller. Maybe
Yeah.
like it's maybe not the best. I'm sure people do thriller better, like Jordan Peele.
Yeah, but it's way up there. But I think the reason it's so good is because instead of using, I feel like they were aware that they were lacking on special effects. Especially at least they were limited
Yeah.
on the amount of special effects that they could do. So they kind of put you in your own head.
Which I think
As
it's
far as
why
you
it's
kinda
going to stay.
You
At,
psyched yourself out more than the movie actually scared you. But so Doctor Sleep did the same. Doctor Sleep was very similar.
I see. That's where I think we have a little different
Well, I
opinion,
think
and
they
we'll
did the
get
same,
into
they
it.
did more
But
with-
like
they did more with special effects. But I still think it got you in your own head a little
I-
bit.
a little
They still
bit.
did the heartbeat, the fast
Yeah.
music.
God.
I
Well,
like
they're
that
still
they brought
trying
the
to
same
match.
music
They're
into
still
it.
trying to match The Shining.
Some of the
which,
special effects in Doctor Sleep really upset me. Not because they were bad, but because they were good. Like,
But you're talking about the titties?
no, I'm talking about the fucking.
Dude, The Shining.
I'm talking
had
about
the-
watching a kid get brutally fucking
Oh,
murdered.
yeah,
Okay, I will
talk
say-
Yeah,
about
we'll
that
get into
later,
it.
but-
High point. That
we're
was a high
staying
point
away
of the
from
movie
Doctor
for
Sleep
me.
right now. We're in The Shining still.
Oh, hold up. That was a massive spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
That
on The
was a
Shining
massive
still.
Spoiler.
I will
Well,
say,
if you've read the
It's not really a
if you've read
massive
the book,
spoiler
it's not,
that because
that's
it's
a
not.
pretty big spoiler.
just try to avoid talking about.
Yeah, we're not
major
on Dr. Sleep yet.
things until
I
we
didn't-
give a spoiler warning.
It's
I will
not-
say The Shining has
It's not like
the
it's a major
weirdest-
character.
The Shining has the weirdest almost sex scene like ever.
Oh, with the lady in the
It's not
bathroom.
really a sex scene.
That's
but
why I said
but-
almost. Like it's like
Yeah, it's not a sex, but it's super weird, and it's also super disgusting.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
But I also do appreciate that they didn't really hold back on that scene.
Yeah.
It adds a lot to the movie as far as like at that point when that scene came up. That's
Yeah,
when
'cause Jack was about to cheat.
Well, yeah, he doesn't love his wife, obviously. Like
Yeah,
that's
he
pretty
obviously hates
obvious.
his wife,
That's
and
obvious
he-
throughout the whole
like,
movie.
Well, I mean,
Are you
yeah,
shocked
it
that he
adds a.
cheated?
No, I'm saying it adds a little bit to his character. I think.
Well, I was just saying.
Or,
That,
like the
I'm just saying,
the
like-
hotel bringing that out. And
Well, at the beginning of the movie, when he's just typing and his wife comes in and she's like, "I can't get you anything."
Oh, I hated
he's like,
that.
"I need you to leave me
hated
the
that.
fuck alone, you dumb bitch."
Yeah.
Like, he's just ruthless. Which I know that's a little bit different from the book. In the book, he kind of gets a redeeming quality.
yeah.
But he's ruthless like the whole movie. Like the car
no,
ride,
he's just a
the
cop.
car ride up there. Like he's
a
pretty.
fucking dick.
Like the car ride up there, you can just tell he's super annoyed
Like,
by
you know,
like
like,
everything going on.
I think
Actually,
I feel
no.
like they
I
over-
disagree. I feel like in the car ride, he was actually like a pretty decent dad. And
No,
I feel
no,
like he was a good dad
no, he's-
until he started spending time in the hotel.
I mean, I think the hotel accentuated it brought out his really bad.
Yeah, he's not
features.
a- he's
he
not a
definitely was
really
way worse
good-
than the hotel.
Yeah, he's not a
Yeah.
really good person because he
I don't
did.
know, like,
He did like dislocate Danny's shoulder. But what I'm saying is, I feel like yeah, the hotel brought that out in him. But I feel like he was pretty good at kind of like trying to keep his emotions in check, even if he was a little annoyed.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but also
Because
in
he
the
had
car
gone
ride,
sober for a long time because he knew that he had messed up.
yeah, but like in the car ride, like his wife asked him a question, and he like answered it, but he was like kind of annoyed. And then when it's like,
I don't.
Like,
I
you
didn't
see-
see him being annoyed.
no,
I
he
felt
was
like
definitely
he was.
an.
I
he
thought
wasn't
I
annoyed.
could
it was
see
a
that he
stupid
was.
question.
Yeah.
He was like, "The fuck you talking about?" But like, he seemed just as annoyed, if not more, when his son Danny weighed in on it too. Like he like really did not want to have a conversation. He wanted to just
Yeah.
drive in silence, and he got annoyed when they would speak. It was a very short scene in the film. I will say, now I'm thinking about it, my least favorite part of the entire movie was, I hate the intro.
See, I loved it.
Why?
No, not
You love the
no.
baby blue, I know. Or you hate the baby blue?
The baby blue. I don't know.
I will say a lot of like old 80s movies do that, where it takes 5 minutes to get into the movie.
That doesn't bother me.
Because they have the credits at the beginning of the movie rather than the end.
That was part of the. That was the. Like,
one thing I like about the credits is you can tell it's
the
like
color threw the whole thing off for me. Like I don't understand why did you throw baby blue in there.
I like the opening
Dr.
credits.
Sleep's credits was also the very same. They were also
Yeah.
baby blue. I like that little nod to the first movie. So
I will
like,
say
like that
in
they
The
did it.
Shining, I kind of. This isn't a good part, but I kind of like it in the beginning where you can tell they're on a helicopter because you can see the blades kind of spinning. Like, I saw that on my own. Like, I know people online have been talking about it. I saw it on my own eyes. Like, I was like, huh.
I'm very proud of you, Brent.
You could
Did
see.
you notice it by yourself?
You
I
can
don't
see.
think you stated that.
You can see rotors.
Very good, Brent. Very proud.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
proud of you for catching that.
Mommy's
Round
my
of
little
applause
boy.
for Brent.
We should probably not clap,
Yeah.
but okay.
Soft clap.
One
Yeah,
thing I don't like about The Shining that I feel like
clap.
Doctor Sleep does a little bit better is The Shining does not explain the lore of The Shining.
It doesn't.
at
That's
all.
my.
I was
main
in the
issue.
car ride with Ethan to the movies to see Doctor Sleep, and he had watched a Shining explain
Yeah.
video, and he was telling me about it, and
And
I was
I've
like,
seen The Shining 2 times before, and it's still confusing. I haven't
Yeah.
read the book.
he was explaining the video, and I was like, what? Like
Yeah,
it's the
that's
lore is
why-
crazy because they don't explain it, but I feel like Doctor Sleep explains
I
more
was
of
gonna
it.
say that's why I think.
But I think that's part of the like if you watch it without the book, like that's like I haven't read the book,
I mean, I get what you're saying, but that's part of my.
like it leaves everything
That's
up in
probably
the air.
the main reason I think that Doctor Sleep was a little bit better than The Shining for me, is because Doctor Sleep did a better way of portraying what it was than The Shining did. Now, I think The Shining did a very well job of displaying the movie, but if you don't know the background history of the book, but then also it's so different, so you also have to look up other stuff as well. You have to really think about the movie, which I think that makes it a good movie. You have to really think about it, but also it has to explain it well enough to where you can still figure it out on your own. And it's very difficult to figure out The Shining if you haven't read the book. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
I think
Like,
The Shining
it's kind
is
of confusing.
Yeah,
And I think Doctor Sleep, I mean, definitely, I feel like they definitely probably dumbed it down a little bit to make it easier to understand. But also, I feel like if you're making a movie, you have the responsibility to do that because you can't nearly convey as much as you can in a book. So
I
that
feel
was
like-
my one issue with The Shining, is it was really confusing.
In Doctor
I feel
Sleep,
like
there wasn't any room to put more information
There
in it
was
because
no-
it was
they-
it was a
they
2.5
packed it as
hour long
full.
movie,
Yeah.
and they still had to leave stuff out.
I'm glad they didn't make it a two-parter because I hated that phase where every movie was a two-parter.
yeah.
it was really
I mean,
annoying.
sometimes it's necessary, but I don't think it was always necessary.
I feel like,
Like
The
the
Shining
Harry Potter,
is a,
Harry Potter was necessary to do the last book in two parts.
I
It's
agree.
it's a big book. It's the end of the series.
because
they
Deadly
needed
Hallows
to pack-
Part 2 is awesome.
Yes, they needed to pack as much in as possible to make it accurate. And then right after that came out, Twilight did a part 2, or I don't know, it was Twilight, whatever. The last one was
Yeah,
two.
Breaking Dawn.
For the audience at
two
home,
parts,
Brent
and I
has
feel like they
finally
only did
finished his
that-
Kool-Aid Jammer.
I feel like they only did it to capitalize, because obviously, if you're a fan, you're gonna go see both. But if
Yeah.
but even if you're not a fan and you saw the first one, you're probably gonna go see the second one. And I feel like they only did it because Harry Potter did it. And then what was it? They did The Hobbit in 3 parts. The Hobbit does not need to be 3 movies.
then
The Hobbit can easily be condensed into 1 movie.
Hunger Games
And-
Mockingjay was 2 parts.
Yeah, I don't
Yep.
think that one needed to be 2 parts either. I don't.
I feel like it
it's not-
kind of did.
I mean, it's not like I don't think it's like any movie's necessary. I think that it was overdone there for a little bit.
Oh yeah, by the way, Ethan, you said The Hobbit could have easily been 1 movie. It could have easily been 0 movies.
It could have
honestly.
easily. I mean, I,
I
like
like
the
The
fact that they.
Hobbit
I
a
like the
lot.
fact that they redid it, but like, here's the thing: that book is not a big book, and also he's.
Yeah, I've read the book. Like, I don't
he's-
understand
I've
how
read
they
The Hobbit.
stretched
I
it
don't
out.
read a lot. The Hobbit is one of the few books that I've actually read. That makes me sound really stupid, but anyway.
Oh, I don't read it all.
I mean,
so
but like I read The Hobbit, and like the thing is, the book is not long, and he's extremely descriptive. So as in like, there's literally like 4 paragraphs where he describes a door, like
Yeah.
with it not being long and everything's being super descriptive. It doesn't need to be broken down into 3 movies. It could have been a short movie, and
It's just
what
because the Lord of
bothered
the
me
Rings
about
was
it is
3
they broke
movies,
it
so they
down
wanted to
into
make The
3
Hobbit.
movies, and it was not even accurate. Like if you're gonna like, what's the point in making it into more than 1 movie if you're not gonna focus on getting everything in there?
yeah,
So that one was super annoying to me because I love Lord of the Rings, but they ruined The Hobbit for me.
I feel like The Shining is a better thriller movie, but I think Doctor Sleep is better.
It's a fantastic
On-
drama.
I guess, but I feel like it's better like if you want
Maybe.
some more lore. Like if you're kind of more into
explains it a little
story.
more.
I think Doctor Sleep has a better story, but I think
Are we
The
officially
Shining
into
is-
Doctor Sleep now?
yeah, we're about to. I think The Shining is a better thriller, because Doctor Sleep, there was a couple things that spooked me a little bit, but it wasn't like insane. So, which I'm fine with. I really enjoyed Doctor Sleep.
I would say I don't think it was scary. It was extremely unsettling.
Yeah,
Yes.
on some
It was
parts.
a very unsettling movie.
on some parts.
Yeah, like the scene I mentioned earlier, that like it was very upsetting.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
I don't want
supposed to
to.
be.
I don't want to spoil it yet, but there was a few
Do
like.
you want to just go into just? You
Oh,
wanna give,
we're
our
gonna-
takes on the movie.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna
spoilers?
talk about Doctor Sleep. I'm trying to keep the spoilers to like the last part of the show.
All right.
The show. I feel professional. I like it.
I like being called a show. Continue.
Or at least
The
like,
cast.
We're not a cat.
or at least like check the
not
description
being
for a timestamp when we're done talking about spoilers. We're not spoiling yet, but when we get there. In case I forget to say that when we start doing spoilers.
When we start doing spoilers, you gotta clap.
No, please do not.
But
No more claps.
yeah.
No, so that way it gives him a timestamp.
So we're moving on to our non-spoiler opinions on Doctor Sleep. Movie bad. I'm kidding.
you serious?
I'm kidding. I really like the movie. I like
About
it
to
a
kick
lot.
you out of your own damn house.
Cat good.
Because everyone says like I never review movies good on this podcast.
I know. I will say, Brent, you were very excited when he liked it.
He
Like,
was.
finally, I like something
Yeah,
that we're
I
gonna
was-
talk about.
I was really happy that I liked it. Like I wasn't gonna change.
I
my
mean, you
opinion
liked
just to
Joker.
like it. Exactly. I really like the Joker. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we
everyone's-
only talked about the Joker for 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you also had some very negative opinions on other things in that podcast as well.
Yeah. So I was like, I didn't shift my opinion just because I wanted to like it. Like I genuinely liked.
Oh, it
this
was a
movie lot.
fantastic movie.
No, it was really
It was
good.
great.
I would say, I mean, never mind. I'll hold this comment until we get into spoiler territory.
Stop hitting the XLR cables.
Oh,
Because
am
I'm,
I?
'cause I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk about how the book was different. So, but I really enjoyed the movie. 8 out of 10 probably, maybe
Yeah.
8.5, maybe
I'd give
probably
it.
closer to
Mid to high 8s.
I think I'd give it a.
I'd give it low
7.
8s. I'd give it low 8s.
I wouldn't go into the 7s.
after. I wouldn't
I
go
think
into
I'd
the
give it a
7s.
7.
You fucking kidding me?
But like
Oh, that was you. I thought that was me, and I got really
after
upset
thinking
with
about it
myself
some
for a
more and
second.
looking at some stuff and reading some stuff about it,
It's not that I don't like it as
much. There were just some things that were missed, but I also think they were needed to be missed. It's because it was such a long movie.
Yeah.
I still think that I think they did. I think a big challenge for them was because it's a sequel to not only the movie but the book. But The Shining and the Shining movie and the Shining book are also different. But it's supposed to incorporate both of them.
Yeah.
So I think that was a big challenge trying to bring the both together in a way that makes
Yeah,
sense.
especially
And I
since-
think they did that really
Especially
well.
since Stephen King didn't like Kubrick's Shining.
Yeah, Stephen King didn't like Kubrick's Shining, but he loves this version of Doctor Sleep.
Yeah, who's
no,
it?
it is.
Okay, I have
It is
facts.
it is vastly different than the book. Not a huge difference. Like it
Ah.
follows the same
I
plot
have
points.
facts.
Brent's
Doctor
scrolling to
Sleep
his
facts.
facts
What
sheet
are
on
the
his
facts?
computer.
Read me
It
the
was
facts.
directed by Mike Flanagan.
Yes.
The screenwriters
Oh,
were
I
Mike
remember-
Flanagan and Stephen King. At least that's what IMDb says. I don't know if it didn't, because most of the time, like on The Shining, it counts Stephen King as novel, but on this, it just says Mike Flanagan and Stephen King. So I don't know if Stephen
Yeah,
King
no,
helped.
Stephen King had to say. Yeah, he had to say in the script. He definitely didn't write the whole thing. I mean, because they took
Yeah.
a lot from the book. But they wrote the script, they sent it to Stephen King, and Stephen King read the script. I think they made a few changes. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he obviously gave his input, but you could also consider his book as input because it's off of his book. But they sent Stephen King the script, and Stephen King was like, maybe change this and this, but overall he really loved the original script, and then they changed a few minor things that he said he liked. But so yeah, he really had a say that he wrote a little bit of it, I would say.
I
But-
think this
but
was
he
a-
really liked the script, and he really liked the movie.
I think this was a slam dunk for Mike Flanagan. Like I think he had done a few smaller like horror movies, episodes of TV and stuff like
Okay,
that.
I remembered what it was when you said Mike. So Mike Flanagan also, I don't know if he directed or produced it, but he is a big part of The Haunting of Hill House on
Yes.
Netflix. And that
Dude,
show
that show is nuts.
I've never heard of it.
It's so
It
fucking
is
good.
Wild.
I haven't seen it, but I
is
know he did it.
It's so good.
So scary. Like he is a really good horror director. I hope he.
I forgot about that show. That show's insane.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really-
he does that. I couldn't remember why I knew that name, Mike Flanagan.
That show's insane.
I really hope that this movie gives him more like notoriety in the industry because like I really enjoyed his directing. I feel like the cinematography was really good.
Yeah.
It sucks because apparently this movie kind of underperformed.
Really?
I
Yeah, it didn't
after-
make that much. But Stephen King was talking on Twitter about how like he
it's
really
only-
he really
it's only
enjoyed
Monday.
the movie. He was like
So did I.
he's
4
like if
days
you
ago.
Yeah.
he's like if you enjoyed the movie, don't cry about the box office. Just like have conversations with your friends, maybe urge them to see it. Or just like we're doing. We're talking.
guys
about
I need to
it
get
on the
my mom to
podcast.
see it because she owns like almost every single Stephen King
My
book there
dad
is.
owns every. My dad is a huge Stephen King fan. He really wants to see it, so he's gonna listen to this podcast. But he's gonna kill me if we list spoilers before we have the big spoiler thing.
For sure.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna give a big warning when we get to that point.
Big
We just play
warning.
the Kill Bill sirens.
There's not big warning. We haven't done it yet, but it was a really good movie.
it's like that. I don't know. That made me think of that scene from The Office. Have you guys watched The Office all the way through?
Not
Yes.
all the way.
I have.
Remember
But I don't know
when,
what scene.
It's in the later seasons when. Fuck, what's his name? The guy who's the voice of Ultron.
I know who you're talking about. Fucking Robert California.
Robert California. You remember those scenes
Yeah.
where he's the manager?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's the CEO.
James Spade.
James Spader.
Yeah.
So he's in it, and remember he has that book where he has people's names in it,
Yeah.
and then they make a copy of it, and they're like, we need some kind of warning if he's coming. And like, we don't need a warning. And then Kevin stands up and goes, warning, warning, warning.
and then Phyllis just throws herself back in her chair on the floor. Anyway,
Phyllis
so-
fucking
I can
dies.
connect anything to The Office, so just continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's so quirky though.
Shut you. What? Actually, fun fact.
Phyllis
Is gross.
Phyllis was not supposed to be originally cast. She didn't even audition for The Office. She was one of the script readers. So when people were coming and do their auditions, she would read the other side of the script, to keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
And the director
Get closer to the
and
mic.
the writer loved it so much because she worked really well. They wrote her in a character so she could be in it as well.
That's awesome.
I was
That's
like, that's
dope.
pretty neat.
Imagine doing your job so well you get another job. Well,
Yep.
I guess that's how.
Promotions work, but like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a job she didn't even want.
The stabilizer on this mic stand looks like exactly like a hair tie.
Probably is
shock
a
mount.
hair tie. Anyway,
Billy, what's your opinion on Dr. Sleep?
Billy hated it.
No, I
No,
really,
it was a yes or no
I
question.
really liked it. I feel like it stands alone with minimal knowledge of The Shining as well. What face are you making?
How does it stand alone with minimal knowledge?
Like you do
if
know
you didn't see The Shining,
Hey,
you don't understand the
you do
second
need-
half.
I disagree. No,
you
I
do
think,
need to understand a fair like you need to know a few things, but seriously like
I feel like it explains enough. Like it explains way more lore than The Shining.
Yeah,
did. Like I think.
I mean, a
maybe
short
for-
article that explains, oh yeah, this room is bad, and also, Jack dies in the fucking hedge maze, and that's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's all you really
I
need to
think it-
know.
Well, yeah,
I think it
anyone
gives you-
can
And
know
also you
that
need
by
to know,
reading
like,
an
who the
article.
cook is.
I mean, I can read an article about
But what
the first 6 Star Wars and get ready for the
Yeah.
new
what
trilogy.
I'm
Like,
saying
it's not
is, like,
hard to
you
read an
only need
article
to know-
about what I need to know.
what I'm saying
Yeah.
is you only need to know like 5 facts for the ending of the movie to make sense, and that's about it.
Like
And
I think
you don't
it makes
need to.
sense regardless, but I think you have more
You-
knowledge when you know. Like you.
Yeah,
know,
you would appreciate it more, but you
like,
wouldn't be
you know what
lost.
these things mean to Dan, like more than if you had ever seen it. But I feel like you would know this thing is bad, this thing is good if you haven't seen The Shining. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they do a good job. It becomes a better movie when you know and like The Shining.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like you have to see it.
You'd definitely be able to appreciate it more, and it
Yeah,
would definitely
but I
hit
feel
harder.
like- I
but you
feel
wouldn't
like-
be lost without it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were to go in and watch Doctor Sleep without having seen The Shining, knowing nothing of the background story, anything, you would still be able to go in, enjoy it, and understand it. There might be some questions you have, but like you wouldn't be so confused that you would be just lost the entire time. Like there were definitely a couple of scenes that if you don't know the backstory, you'd be like, I don't understand this reference, but like you wouldn't be lost, which is what I think makes it a really good film. Is that you don't have to.
I think you lose a lot of appreciation.
You
for
lose
the
a lot
film.
of appreciation, but say you're tagging along with someone to go see it who really wanted to see it, you don't lose anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you still can understand and enjoy the movie as it is by itself.
One thing I like about this movie is they have a totally new cast for every character, but they recreate scenes. They recreate old Shining scenes with the new cast.
Oh yeah.
and like it's almost not noticeable, especially with
Jack was the most
Yeah, with-
noticeable.
Jack.
Yeah.
But even Wendy was pretty unnoticeable, honestly. Who played her in my notes?
She did a really-
It was Alex Isso.
Oh,
the
yeah.
new
I felt like
Wendy.
they did a really.
The new Wendy
I
was.
mean,
They did a really good job
Jack
casting.
wasn't in it as much, but it feels like, to me, they did. So Jack or what's her name?
We shouldn't talk about Jack that much.
What's her name?
Why?
The mom. I
Wendy.
forgot her
Wendy.
name.
Wendy.
Wendy and Danny, the recast for them was really good. The
Yeah.
actors were really good.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they did a really good job. But Jack seemed subpar to me. The actor who played Jack, he seemed a little bit on the.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He
It
seemed
seemed like he
like
didn't try as
he
hard.
seemed like discount Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, he seemed like just disconnected from the
Yeah,
movie.
that was Henry Thomas, the new Jack Torrance.
I mean, they're
Probably
still
Henry
re-
Thomas.
for the
he-
recreated scenes of The Shining. Like,
he's still a really
I
good
just want to
lookalike
preface
though.
that Jack
No, it was a
Torrance
really
was
good
in
lookalike, and I
old
feel like-
Shining scenes that were remade.
See, that was
Like honestly, at first I thought that they just CG'd it to make it just like put Jack Nicholson's face on him.
Oh
I
no,
feel like
I was
that was
confused.
the-
I thought they were gonna do that, and they
I feel
didn't
like
do it to
that was-
anybody.
I feel like that was a struggle that they probably
Espe-
went through.
Yeah, for
was,
sure.
Do we get a great actor or do we get one that looks like them? Because what's going to resonate more, the lookalikes or the good acting? And I feel like honestly, lookalike in that situation is way more important
Yeah.
Oh
because
yeah.
you need to understand who that is.
Yeah.
I feel
And
like
it has to be noticeable right when you see it. Like you don't have to be like halfway through. Oh, that's supposed to be Jack. Like it's got to be as soon as you see it, that's Jack. Like,
Yeah.
It has to, so I feel like it's a little bit different.
I feel like Alex so did an amazing job as Wendy. Like she sounded
No, she did a
100%
really good
like
job.
Shelley
She did a-
Duvall. Like
she
she
did a
sounded
really good
really
job.
good. Like there was times where like I thought that they just included Shelley's old audio into the scene because it sounded almost like her.
Yeah, when she like freaks out,
Yeah, when
she
he's-
sounds dead on her.
Yeah, when he's just like when
Don't
Danny's-
say anything, but yeah,
No, it's not a spoiler. Like he's just in a park
yeah.
and
That's a
she's
spoiler.
running after him.
I didn't know that before I saw
Oh,
the movie.
kids go to parks. Ah!
Well, that's not the point. I didn't know that before I saw the movie. Now they're in the park.
I never went to a park as a kid.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, I would have believed it.
Is that a fat joke?
No,
Probably.
no, it's not a fat joke. It's
Jesus.
just a like, hey, people don't interact with other people. Joke down.
No, that's a Brent.
I go to the park by myself. What you mean?
That's weird.
You're weird.
He just wants to feel one with nature.
20 years from now,
God.
Brent's like,
Still going to the
I
park.
still
by
go to the
himself.
park by myself. What's weird about that?
He's like, I just like to sit by the playground.
Just like to watch the kids.
He just likes to sit in the
Okay,
grass.
let's move on.
He just likes to lay down in the dirt, sit in the grass, and just be at rock.
Yeah, I just want to like be one.
Sit in the grass
I
want to
be one with the worms,
Exactly.
with the snails, the snaily boys.
Oh, to be a warm, smooth rock.
Are we in
on a
spoiler
beach.
territory now? Can we talk about spoilers?
Okay, yes, we are moving into spoiler territory.
If you haven't seen the movie, then I guess piss
Yeah,
off. or
Warning.
something
if
now.
we
We're
stop-
outta here.
if
Or
we
just go see the
Warning.
movie.
if
Warning.
we stop talking about spoilers before the episode ends, I will put a timestamp in the description.
No one's gonna go back and listen to it.
Yeah, so
If they stopped, they're not gonna go back and skip forward.
bye. I love you. We're talking about spoilers.
Adios.
I don't love you.
Piss off.
Okay,
They didn't-
spoilers. They killed a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like the fact that they killed a kid isn't a huge spoiler.
The way they did it was uncomfortable.
It's
Oh my
supposed to be, though.
God.
Yeah.
It's supposed to
I
be,
know,
It's
like
pretty
They
nuts.
lingered on it for so
I-
In the
long.
book, it
I
is
applaud them for it,
In the
but-
book, it's extremely descriptive how they do it, and also hats off to that fucking child actor.
Oh, yeah.
He
I
killed
have-
it.
Dude,
I
oh my
was
God. What's his
100%
brand? What's his name?
Jacob Tremblay.
I feel like they
What
had
else is
to have
he in?
made. I swear to
I
God,
don't
I feel like
What was his
they
name?
must have
Jacob
done
Tremblay.
something to scare the shit out of the actual child actor. There's no way he could have faked
He
that.
was just that good of an actor. He would 100%. I was 100% convinced that he was being murdered.
yeah, it was
Like-
so
like,
uncomfortable. I wanted to
It blows
leave.
my mind how good child actors are nowadays. Like a lot of them are like nuts. Like the kids from Stranger Things are absolutely insane
Yeah.
actors. But that kid
I mean, season one
killed
felt
it.
a little
Like
awkward.
he really
well,
pulled
Billy-
off the
Billy Bobby
scared,
Brown isn't really
terrified.
that
Like
good
he
of an
really
actress.
killed it.
Yeah,
I
he
feel
was
like in
not.
season
He's
three
in
she
Good
was pretty
Boys.
good.
That's where I
Season
noticed
Yeah,
him from.
that's what he-
that-
I
He's in
haven't
Good
seen-
Boys.
I haven't seen Good
Good Boys is
yet,
really good.
but
And
I
does
knew I
really.
recognized
He's
him.
really good.
But no, that kid absolutely killed it. So
Oh, I mean, he was killed.
It was so uncomfortable.
Because like the whole
it
movie,
was
I'm asking
shot-
Brent where that guy's from.
yeah, but no, that kid absolutely destroyed the role. He did a great job.
Yes.
I hated.
Here's the thing, though. What I was gonna say earlier. So, because I was reading up some stuff, some differences in the book. So the what are they called?
True
True
knots.
The True Knots. So the True Knots
True
in
Knot.
the book. True Knot.
Yeah.
Well, if it's more than one. Would
They're
they be
just called the
True
True Knot.
Knot? The True Knot. Okay, the True Knot.
I believe that's what I've heard from all over the place. I haven't read the book yet.
Brent, how do you know that's not true?
Not.
Ha ha ha.
Anyway,
Billy, I want you to go commit not feeling so good.
I've not been feeling so good for a
I didn't know
while.
how dark that was gonna go. But anyway, so in the book, it's actually there's much more than just like what there's like 9 of them. There's a lot more, and it touches on like
They kind of say that though.
Yeah, they are such a big part in
she's
the
like,
book.
yeah, there's
but
more
if
of
they
us.
would have made them as big in the movie would have been like 4 hours long, or it would have needed its own separate movie. Like, there's been an idea tossed around of doing an entire like
Yeah.
prequel to this.
There's
explain
a
the
True Knot
True Knot,
movie talking. I
which
don't know if I'd
would
watch
be,
it,
I don't know. I think it would be pretty good. I would watch it. It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be good.
Holy shit! I discovered
like-
there's a shoelace within my shoelace.
But like what I was talking to you
Wow,
guys
good
about earlier before we
commentary.
started was, so there's a big 9/11 reference in the book, whereas a big thing that the True Knots do is during national tragedies, man-made or nature-made or whatever, they will travel to that and take the steam.
Gotcha.
That's a big part.
Yeah.
Which is really disturbing because they feed off of natural disasters. They feed off tragedy. So during 9/11, what was her name? Abra was, I can't remember how old she was, but she was younger. Maybe 5 or 6. I'm not sure exactly how old she was, but so she was. What year did it take place?
2001.
No, not
We know-
9/11. Not 9/11.
What year did,
the
like, the
movie.
We know when 9/11 happened.
The movie was in 20.
I think the movie took place in 2011 or something like that.
I don't remember. But anyway, Aber was alive whenever 9/11 happened.
I'm pretty sure
But
it was
when
2019.
Yeah,
but when-
it's definitely 2019. It hits 2011 when he first gets into the town, and
Oh,
then
that's what it
it's
was.
That's
8
right.
years
Yeah,
later.
exactly.
He's
But,
8 years
so
sober.
she was alive.
Oh, yeah.
She was young, but she wasn't super young.
Oh yeah, she's a
I mean,
different
she
age
was
in the
super
movie
young.
than she is. She was born in a different year in the movie
But
than she was in
anyway,
the book.
so she's recognized that she has those powers. Like, she knows she's different. She knows she has the Shining or whatever you want to call it. But when 9/11 happened, it's a really big point in the book because she feels all of those people dying. So she gets super emotional. She's in a lot of pain. She feels that. And then the True Knots they go to New York, and they feed off of all of that steam.
I feel like they
fucking
did. I
dies.
feel like they did a good job.
So they didn't
excluding that,
but, like,
and
yeah, if
then
they would've
replacing
explained
it
that-
with the kid.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they would have
They replaced
put
it with
that
the
in
baseball
movie,
kid.
the movie
and I
would have
feel
had to
like-
been so much longer, or
Yeah.
they would have had to cut a lot out. So I think
Yeah, just having that one
What they
scene
did
of the
with making it
baseball
one
kid
movie
getting
was-
murdered and having her like scream, I feel like that was one scene needed
It
to
explained
show.
it. It
yeah,
explained what they
it
were.
explained
It
it
explained
well
how they
that
fed.
she kind of feels empathy for tragedies and stuff.
I will say
Yeah.
the actor who plays the old grandpa is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh,
For sure.
yeah.
I didn't
He's
feel like
also
writing
in.
for
sure.
He's also in Gerald's Game.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
watch Gerald's Game?
I've not seen that.
There's like the main. Gerald's Game is weird.
Isn't that another Stephen King book?
Yes, it's a Netflix original. It's really good.
Isn't that the? What's that one about?
It's the one where they.
Doesn't it have something to do
the
with
wife-
baseball?
Doesn't the guy have a heart attack?
Yeah, it's the wife and the husband. They're trying to reconnect their marriage, basically. So
Yeah.
they go off in like a retreat type thing where they go to a cabin or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to spice up their sex life. So he's like, let me tie you to bed. And she starts to get really concerned because he's like, let me pretend to rape you. And she's like, hold up, that's
Yeah.
weird. Like, you should sort that out. And he's like, all right, you just tie me up then. Or no, he's like, so he handles her to the bed.
Yeah.
Like, I think both hands up. And then they're having sex, but he had taken, like, Viagra or something, and he had a heart attack, and he died. But she's still
I can't get out. Yeah.
can't get out. But then there's this also, like, I don't know, that tall guy, that tall grandpa, he's in it, and he plays, like, this... Wait, was that Gerald's Game?
Oh my god.
It's another stand. I can't... Fuck, maybe it wasn't Gerald's Game. I don't know. He's in another thing where he plays this really super tall, creepy dude. I think it was Gerald's Game, but I can't remember why that was relevant in that movie. But it was super weird. But he does a really good job. I mean, he looks funky.
Like a creepy dude.
But,
Yeah.
like, he does a really good job at looking freaky and being freaky.
Guys,
Yeah.
I got a
Being
question.
super ominous.
So when Crow kidnaps Abra, right? She Crow.
Crow.
Oh, okay, Crow.
When Crow kidnaps Abra, does she become a Cadabra?
That's not even funny.
Damn. You could at least let him thought it was funny.
Get it? Cause
I got it. We understood.
You got it.
Yeah, we all get it. We all get it.
We get it.
You don't need to explain your terrible joke.
I know. I love my. I don't care if I'm the only one that laughs. If I laugh, it's funny to me, and that's all that matters.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, but maybe keep it to maybe keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself. But what was I saying? I really like the actor. I thought they were all cast really well.
I agree.
For sure.
The grocery store scene was nuts.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was really well
good.
done.
Oh, I loved that
That
so
was
much.
super-
I
well
love
done.
the visual effects and cinematography in this. Like when they're both going in
The
each
score
other's
was
head.
fantastic.
Like I love when they're going
will
in
say
each
that.
other's heads and they're kind of like, you see Rose just kind of like floating in like space, and then she kind of like gently like goes down on the ground as the world
my God,
starts
yeah.
spinning around.
No, it was
The
nuts.
effects of having her hand getting stuck in the cabinet was.
Oh, that was
Awesome.
There's
That
a
was
very,
awesome.
very similar scene in Gerald's game. That's actually how she gets out.
Gerald's game came out like 2 years ago.
So I'm gonna spoil it, but that's how she gets out. I can't remember. So
She's like tugging on her hand, and she eventually like rips her skin. Like, so she squeezes her hand through the handcuff, but it's too tight. So in the process of squeezing her hand through the handcuff, she rips off all of her skin around her bone. And it's super graphic and super disgusting.
No.
And as soon as I watched it, I was like, this is exactly like Gerald's game. And it's probably a touch to Gerald's game because it's another Stephen King movie. And they like a lot of... I'm sure that was intentional because there's a lot of touch... Like, they do that a lot. Like,
that's why the kid, his baseball number is 19. 19 is a very big
Gotcha.
number in all Stephen King books. So like it's prominent in all the movies. You'll see 19 somewhere in every Stephen King book or movie. So that's why he was number 19.
Isn't the Stephen King verse on like a giant turtle?
It's turtles all the way down.
No, I don't know if you're confusing turtle with the state of Maine, but most Stephen King books are in Maine.
No, there's like.
But I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Turtle.
No.
The reason
I-
19 is so big is because
Stephen King is just 19 years old.
Yeah, he's permanently.
Yeah, it's been 19.
Wow.
No, I don't know where the fuck you got giant. I mean, maybe I just have never heard this.
I'm pretty sure that's.
I'm gonna
lore that,
Google
like-
it. So y'all discuss.
But seriously though, any time that something bad happened to the True Knot, like anytime anything bad happened to them, it's so satisfying. Like
yeah,
just
but
to
also
see,
like
I
they're
hated
the
the
bad
True
guys,
Knot
but
so
also I
much.
want to see more of them.
like seriously,
Yeah.
I feel like them killing that kid wasn't just necessary for setting up Abra's character, but it also was like super necessary for making you hate them as much as as you have to.
I really liked. Did I put her name as Snake by Abra?
Oh my God.
Why did you put her name as Snake by Abra?
She confused Abra with the like 15-year-old girl.
Okay, wait. Did I mistype that or?
Nice.
Wow, what a professional script.
I'm saying, by the way, I'm saying nice because the fact
the
that
JoJo.
yeah, he's got a JoJo background.
Sorry for all you
Stephen
listeners,
King
which are the only listeners.
Back of Turtle.
Oh my God.
What is? I'm so confused.
But
Snake by Andy. Yeah, I knew I mistyped it. I don't know why I made it.
I'm just
Abra.
saying, Andy, she would have been way
Is
better
Pennywise
off.
scared of turtles?
Probably.
I really liked Snake by Andy, and then I hated her
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, I'm just saying her talent was way better being like To Catch a Predator than it was at
You may be right,
Killing
Brent,
people.
Actually.
I told you it's weird.
I'm just saying, like, God damn, they she did Billy so dirty.
I hated that.
This
My boy
have
Billy.
to
this
watch it again.
this
I
kind
know,
gentle
but
man.
I know all.
So all Stephen
She
King
fucking
movies
bird
relate
boxed
to
him.
like an extra like a universe. So like all Stephen King movies are like related,
Bird Box
and
is
that's
a bad
and that's
movie.
what the
Yeah,
Dark Tower is.
it
The
is.
Dark Tower is that relation.
I want to see the Dark Tower.
The Dark
really
Tower
bad.
is that relation. So like that's like a whole. It's really weird to incorporate them all together,
but also because it's so odd.
I
You really
can't
don't
under-
even have to explain that it's incorporated. It just is.
I don't
Gotcha.
understand. I've heard that The Gunslinger is a bad movie, and I can't understand how it wouldn't be a bad
That
movie.
what one it was?
The Dark Tower.
Yeah, Gunslinger, which was the Dark Tower, Dark Tower movie, and on it,
No, the Dark Tower movie was just the
was
Dark Tower.
I thought they named it Gunslinger. Either way,
No, the guy is Gunslinger.
I'm dumb. Anyways,
but the movie's The Dark
either
Tower.
way, I can't imagine why. I don't understand why they tried to make it one movie rather than the series, because it's like 15 books or something like that. Like how?
I mean, it's better than trying to make 3
Well, 15 movies
and-
would have been
like,
a
it's
fuck-
trying to-
Obviously
it's
not
better than
15
trying to-
movies, but
It's better than trying to make like 1 book into 3 movies.
yeah, but like seriously though, there's no way that they're gonna get like almost any of the plot in there if there's that many books and they're like, oh yeah, let's make that one movie.
What's your guys' opinion on how the movie industry seems to just be turning books into movies? Like, do you think we should get more original movies, or are you okay with? Like,
I mean, that's been happening for a long time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know. And it's starting to become like a point of like contention of like people are like, okay, that's like so many more movies that are books. Should we get more movies? I'm on the camp that I don't mind if it's a book adaptation. It's like anime where like
No
most
ideas are
anime is like
original.
it's like most anime is like a manga adaptation.
Honestly, like no creation is entirely original, whether it's directly based off of a book or whether it's going to be inspired by something. Honestly, I don't mind as long as it's good.
Yeah. Like, and
Yeah,
I
that's
love
my thing.
original films, but I also think it comes to a point where, like, if you had this really good source material of a book, that books can almost lend themselves to movies, like, really easily.
Here's my thing.
If you're gonna make a book into a movie, you gotta do it right, do it justice.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a high thought of book,
For sure.
like Percy Jackson. They mutilated that shit.
I liked the first movie.
No,
The
you're
second
wrong.
one was-
You hated it. You just don't want to admit it.
I did not hate it.
It was terrible. Okay, here's my big issue with that.
I haven't seen it in so
They
long.
left out. So basically, there's like, there's like 3 tiers to every movie. Not 3 tiers, but like 3 scenes. Not 3 scenes. You know what I'm trying to say?
acts.
Three acts. So Percy Jackson, the first book, has one giant act, another giant act, and then a third giant act. The first movie leaves out 2 of those. 2 major plot points are left out. Huge plot points
What
are
did
left
they
out.
leave out?
One, they left out the entire, like, 8-chapter scene of when they go to St. Louis, and there's the giant battle on the St. Louis Arc.
Yeah, well.
That's not in there at all, and neither is the Minotaur fight at the end of the movie.
Yeah, but I don't feel like
Or
those
at the end of the book.
I've read the books. I don't really feel like that was really needed to
It's
tell the
8 chapters
story.
long. It's very much necessary.
Hey guys.
Yeah, but like, what does it add to Percy's character?
A lot. A ton. Here's the thing also. Percy Jackson was 11 years old when he went to the camp. They cast a 17-year-old boy.
That's fine.
No, it's not fine, because in the second movie,
I don't
is
know.
12. Or in the second
Because
book.
they took way
In the
too
I don't
second
know.
book,
Brent-
he's 12.
Brent's 19 and he could pass as 12.
Here's
Yeah.
my thing though, like you can maybe get away with that, but here's the thing: in the second movie, he was 12,
Because they took like 10
but the
years to
actor
make the second
was
movie.
23 years old. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
Harry
it's rough.
Potter did it really well. Like, yes, they were a good chunk older, but like it wasn't.
Yeah, it was believable.
At no point was
The
it
pro-
not believable. At
the
no point
progression
was
For
it
sure.
like obviously like Daniel Radcliffe was, I think, 24 when he filmed the last movie, and he was supposed to be 16 or 18 maybe.
Yeah, but there's some teenagers that look real old.
Okay, my point is maybe
So
pick
it
one that
works.
doesn't look like he's in a. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Percy Jackson just didn't work. It was a complete hit or miss for me, and so was
Yeah.
Aragon. You ever watch Aragon or read it?
I've read the
No.
books.
I have
Read
no
the
clue
book?
what
Did
it
you watch
is.
the movie?
I know
No.
it exists.
Aragon was terrible.
That's trash.
None of it was like the book at all.
Hey guys,
It was terrible. What?
I really like The Cat and Doctor Sleep.
Oh my god.
You want to know the best book adaptation
The
ever?
Cat in the Hat.
No, the best book.
That is a good
the best
movie.
book adaptation ever is To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Shout out to
I've
Ryan.
never heard of it before.
Shut up.
Honestly,
To All the Boys I Loved
The
Before
Fault in
is
Our
amazing.
Stars was really good too.
I really enjoyed
That's a
that,
really good
but
movie.
That's
I
a really
can't-
good movie.
really
That
good
book was
movie.
really sad.
I can't.
I
like
haven't
it
read the movie
anymore
or
due
watched
to
the book.
Dude, that
other
movie makes me
circumstances.
so angry.
I just realized I said that backwards.
It
did you
used,
say?
it used to be like one of my favorite books and movies.
Wolf of Wall Street's also fantastic. I'm seeing
Yeah.
his movies here. So I'm
That's a
just giving my
top-tier
opinions
movie.
on them.
I've yet to watch it. I
we just
bought
gotta-
it.
You have it, but you haven't watched
That's
it yet.
god tier, dude.
Well, I've
Dude,
been
Wolf of
waiting.
Wall
I bought
Street
a-
is
Dude,
I bought a
fantastic.
lot of
That's a
movies
god
and I'm
tier
going
movie.
through
Wolf of
them.
Wall Street is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's fantastic.
Are we just gonna like point at a random movie on his shelf and talk about that now?
Creed, amazing movie.
Stop.
Of
Okay,
course
we're
it gets
done.
brought up.
Hellboy's good.
How about was
Not that one.
We
the
are.
new one?
That's the David Harbour one.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
Is
I
it
haven't
good?
seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen a new one yet.
I heard mixed things.
Wait,
about
is it even? Is it out?
Yeah, it's right there.
Like the brand new one?
Yeah, it's been out
Yes.
for a while. Did you think it was
It's
not?
on
RP, I don't know.
It's on my Voodoo. It's not that good.
But it's also not that bad.
I like David Harbour.
I do like David
Yeah,
Harbour. I really like David Harbour.
I like him. I just feel like what he acts in the movie is kind of whiny. Like, it's not his fault.
You should relate to that then, Brent.
Wow.
I bring you on my podcast.
Oh, it's your podcast now?
Okay, no.
He gives you a Kool-Aid jammer.
Yeah,
That's
I
true,
gave
I
you
did.
a Kool-Aid jammer. I bring you in my room to use our podcast equipment.
There you go.
Co-host.
Yeah. I make you... Okay, we make a podcast and become co-hosts, and you're just gonna throw me out like that.
How did I throw you out? It was a little dog. A little jab.
Yeah, you're really bad at, like,
Little jokey
podcasting
joke.
because you keep hitting the mic.
At least I'm not bad at life.
Yeah,
At Brent.
yeah. That's true.
I'm just kidding. I wasn't expecting him to agree with me. I feel bad.
It's okay. It's the weekly suicide joke.
That's
Yeah,
true. We
sure.
can have one in there.
Oh, no.
What?
That's not good.
It's
That
fine.
is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Hey, so that Blu-ray I have on there, Fireworks, bad movie.
What did you
What even is it?
This?
It's an
is
anime.
Is it a
and-
Studio Ghibli one?
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
It's by the same
If
producer.
it was, he wouldn't be calling it a bad movie.
That's true.
It's by
Studio
the
Ghibli's
producer
very
of Your
good.
Name, and it's not Your Name at all.
Ethan?
It's nowhere good.
What's your name?
Your Name is one of the best anime movies of all time. It's fantastic. Your Name is really
Sam, do you have a
good.
take on this at all?
I don't watch a lot of anime. I have zero takes on them.
I don't watch.
Speaking of critically acclaimed anime movies, Akira makes no fucking sense.
I haven't seen it in a long
Bless you.
time. Okay, Ethan. 1 second you're far away from the mic, another second you're on the mic. Like, this is really obnoxious, and it's
You know what else is really obnoxious, Brent?
my
You.
voice.
No, I was gonna say when you get right up on it.
Ah, stop.
Hey, you gotta like rub your fucking like scruff against it so that way you do
don't.
beard
Please
ASMR.
Stop. No. God, Ethan.
Brent's about to fight Ethan.
It's okay. Wait. Oh, is Billy doing it now?
Yeah,
Brent's getting.
he's getting heated.
Now Brent's just hitting the cord
Brent's
against the
gonna have a
mic.
Joker moment. I'm gonna go into the bathroom at work later, and we're gonna hear that music, and we're just dancing.
No,
This is the bathroom.
my friend texted me one night, and he was like, "Bro, I've been really obsessed with this song, but you're gonna hate me."
This is
And
the
I was-
song from the Joker.
I was like, "What is it?" He's like, "You're gonna hate it." He's like, "You're gonna recognize it immediately." I'm like, "All right, what is it?" And he sends me the link of like the bathroom music he
Yeah.
dances to. I'm like, "Oh God, who did you kill?"
Dude, that song is pretty good. I really.
Yeah, it bops.
See,
No,
that's what
have
I'm
you-
saying. That's why.
Have you
that's-
seen the meme, Sam? I've shared
Yes,
some
the
of
memes
them
are funny.
I've shared some on Facebook where it's like
How boys do this, and it's like
how
men do
boys
this.
rage, how men
it's,
rage.
It's like a Joker after he kills two guys in a subway, and it just shows some random guy dancing.
Oh,
to
yeah.
to any beat, but it throws the bathroom music on there.
Yeah.
So it's like some guy just like dancing hardcore, and then it's like.
Is that how the music goes?
Yeah, that's dead on.
I'm not that guy from that Stan Lee show that has like musical instruments all in his throat.
What are you talking about?
There was this Stan Lee Superhuman show.
Oh
or
yeah.
something.
Forgot
Where,
about
like,
Stanley's Superhumans.
Yeah, and there was this one guy that
That was
could make
nuts.
any musical instrument with his throat, like with his body. He could make the sound of any instrument. Do not drink that.
Is that from last week?
No.
Oh, that is a little older than last week.
It's leaking.
Okay.
Why is it leaking?
I will go throw that away.
Please get rid of this.
Okay. Why Brent's out of the room? Let's talk trash.
Oh, how long are we into the podcast at this point?
An hour 45.
Is it really an hour 45?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
He's gonna have to cut some of this out.
No, it's okay. I've been listening
An hour 45 of this.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
Everyone loves to hear my voice.
I thought all of the previous.
Anybody got any jokes?
Skeleton walks into a bar, asks for a beer and a mop.
That's pretty good.
I like that.
Get it, Sam?
I don't get it.
A skeleton.
Where's the
As
beer
for
go?
a beer
Where-
and a mop.
Oh, okay, I got it now.
Drinks it. You want to hear?
Okay, I have a favorite joke. It's my favorite joke of all
Okay.
time.
What's your favorite joke?
Everyone I've told it to absolutely hates this joke.
I think you've told it to me before, and
The
I think I
milkman
liked it.
joke.
Oh yeah, I
Have you
liked
heard
it.
the milkman
Yep,
joke?
go with it.
Make sure Brent doesn't kill himself while he's walking back into the room.
What's up? I'm back.
Okay,
It's
so
the
Brent, are you ready for the
unprofessional
milkman
podcast.
joke?
No.
Have I told it to you
Mr.
before?
Milkman,
No.
Okay, so the
bring me
milkman
some
joke.
milk.
Okay, Billy, I need you to shut your pot hole for a hot second while I tell this joke. So, man walks. This is Milkman.
Is this all the podcast is now? It's just jokes.
It's a joke podcast.
I was trying to kill time while you were gone, but I gotta tell this joke. So this is Milkman, and he delivers milk every day. And there's one guy on the street. He never pays. He never pays the milkman for all his milk. And eventually the milkman gets really frustrated. So he goes up, knocks on his door, and he's like, "Hey, you owe me a lot of money for this milk I delivered. You keep drinking the milk, and you're not giving me any money." And he's like, "Well, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm not going to pay you." He's like, "Yeah, you are." He's like, "What are you going to do about it? How are you going to make me pay you?" He's like, "I want to break your bones." He's like, "All right, fucking do it." And he goes to break his bones, but he couldn't because his bones were so strong because he was drinking so much milk.
Such a bad joke.
I love that
But
joke.
it's pretty good.
Legitimate. It's my favorite joke of all time. I absolutely love it. And no one agrees with me. Everyone thinks it's terrible.
I love it.
Everyone thinks
I
it's
hate
terrible.
it.
It's so
Everyone thinks
good.
it's terrible. I love it. I want to become a famous comedian just so I can tell that joke and disappoint everyone.
Okay,
No,
Joaquin.
it's so good.
Yeah, you're on a podcast, dude. You're a famous podcaster.
All right, we should probably bring this to an end because I think we're at.
Yeah.
Don't tell me
hour
what to do
45.
with my podcast.
All right, let's talk for another fucking
Brent, your
hour. We've got
podcast is
time. We can
trash.
make it a 3-hour podcast. I don't care.
Okay, so
We gotta make it so that way. I say we as if I'm a co-host, not a guest. You guys gotta make it so that way every episode is the exact length of the movie that you're supposed to be talking about.
I don't want to go see a Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah.
Well, like the next couple movies are like over
mean-
2 hours.
I mean, the movie that we were supposed to be talking about on this one was the same length as the Lord of the Rings movie.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on the Uncultured Opinions podcast.
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Episode
the
4.
First only episode 4. So we will be
The final episode 4 that you will ever do.
Oh my god.
it's our only episode 4. So cherish it.
Our first and last guest.
Our first and last cast, Billy.
Because
You
our-
ruined it for everyone
Our,
else.
our second guest bailed on us. We were gonna have
That's
another.
right.
We're supposed to have another.
Fuck Jimmy, dude.
Jimmy. Yeah, fuck Jimmy.
He's supposed to be on next
Jimmy
week.
Ball.
Talk about
Jimmy
cars.
Ball was supposed to be on here. And
I'm the
sure
first
he
and
probably,
the last guest because they're going to kill me as soon as he stops recording.
Yes.
We might. I was actually really excited to have Jimmy Ball on here, especially for the
Yeah. So you
for
could.
the Ford versus Ferrari. Because
So you could talk about cars
yeah,
for an
Brent
hour.
was like,
and we
"Wait,
wouldn't have
what's
to
that
talk.
even about?" And he gave me the entire backstory to the movie, probably more accurately than the movie's gonna give it.
Yeah.
I
That would have
agree.
been the best the best guest to have on any episode.
I'm just gonna do some car research
Hey,
this
Brent,
week.
look, I'm a gamer.
And I was I mean, I'm probably look up some stuff on
Gamers
it,
don't
but
play
like
Yeah.
Xbox.
I would have loved to have him
So-
on.
sorry,
it.
sorry,
But
sorry.
also,
Really
Jimmy
nice.
for going to first shift.
I agree.
Wait.
He abandoned the team. First we
Brent,
lost Cameron.
Look,
then we
I'm a
lost.
true
We're gonna
gamer.
lose Zach.
Then we
soon.
lost Billy. Now Zach's got an interview.
Yeah, he'll probably
Yeah,
be
we're-
We're
going.
losing all a second shift.
We're never
But
gonna.
hey, maybe eventually all of us will go to first shift and then we'll be back together.
No, I know Corey and Noah are staying on second.
Okay, well that's.
That means
I was gonna
Brent's
say
staying on
Corey. I'm
second.
okay with Noah stays on second shift. And then Brent's gonna have to
Damn.
stay on
Brent
second
has to stay on
shift.
second.
And then Brent's gonna have to stay on second shift because Noah's his ride.
And then
Fuck.
the
If Brent
podcast
doesn't
is
go,
dead.
if Brent
I
doesn't
mean,
go,
Yeah,
I
I'm
could
staying second
drive
for a while.
Brent.
I'll probably stay second for a while. Anyway, are we done? Are we done here?
For
where's
almost,
the-
yeah. So basically, yeah, we got
Ethan
this
just
new
really wants to
setup,
go
so
home.
we're gonna go try to adjust audio more. Hopefully, next episode to be a little smoother. Once the
Ethan might learn
Once-
to not beat the shit out of his mic.
once the socials and Patreon are
Hey,
up,
this is our
make sure to
first time
check
with
those
actual
out.
regular stuff, so I think it'll probably sound pretty good.
Hopefully, yeah. This is a pretty official setup. It feels way better than huddling around one.
It
mic.
does. I feel so much more comfortable than sitting.
I don't know. I like being really close to you guys.
I know. I can't even see Sam.
Yeah, Sam is behind you.
Yeah, it's good.
You know what we need? Just put a mirror there. Setting a mirror so you can look at the mirror.
You know what? If I just bring an old table and replace that like desk right there just for the
We
table.
Just
all
have a
sit
round
around it,
table?
That'd probably be better.
That'd be really good.
I actually have a table.
I have a round table too. That
I have
like,
a poker table if you want to bring it.
I have a round table.
Wouldn't that be
Is
where,
too
this,
big for this
discussion,
room?
is this a discussion that needs to happen on the podcast?
Yeah, I
Or
have
can
a
this happen
round table
afterwards?
where the sides go down, so I can take one of the sides down, put it against the wall, and we can have like.
I don't understand what you're trying to say, but okay, I'm about it. I just can't visualize it.
Okay,
Alrighty.
so my dad is calling me. So thanks for joining the podcast, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
That's a wrap.